Welcome back to PEEvisited. Today, we're going to actually do the video I wanted to review. No one understands One Piece series except me, featuring Nuxtaku. If anyone else has any opening dialogue, speak now.
I'm not looking forward to this.
Yeah, alright. Let's start the show. Do you want the link to the video writer? Or is the stream okay
Oh
with
no,
you?
this one seems to be working this time.
Alright.
This is so lighthearted and warm. What's the worst thing that can happen? I'll get 12.5 response videos. I welcome them. Please respond if you think you're right and if you want to tussle with the muscle.
Challenge accepted.
Hey YouTube, Joeboy here. So, it is time for me to channel my inner Nuxtaku. I will of course fail spectacularly, but as the internet has taught me, if you're gonna do something, do it cringe. Ooh buddy, time for some popcorn. Nuxtaku made a video. I'm declaring war on the One Piece community about a month or so ago, and he basically begged for a response video, and over the course of a month, I thought to myself, why the hell not? It's good for views, it's a good topic. That seems like a lot of winning to me. You already know I love to preach my holier-than-thou ways. Thanks for giving me an excuse, man. Fake AnyTuber squabbles are almost as good as the real thing. Do I actually disagree with
Alright, I don't actually watch Joy Boy Theories, but I can definitely say he's trying to emulate Nuxtaku's whatever the hell he's trying to do.
The only video I watched on it was him responding to Dritz because I needed more people talking shit on Dritz. So I don't really have a good representative size of him on his normal content, really. But he's not as obnoxious as Nux yet, so that's a plus.
Nux? Not really. Yeah, I'm sorry to disappoint all y'all drama sluts out there, but I do think that there are aspects to this that he didn't talk about, or he didn't really hit the nail on the head, so to speak. I am the hammer. Overall, I think that understanding can be had around the table, including for Mr. Taku, so that we are all less shit to one another. Let's do it. Alright fam, you made a 42-minute video. Our attention span ain't that high. How are we supposed to respond to you? You wanted response videos. How are we supposed to respond to you when you make...
I don't know. I've watched so many long videos that it's like, oh, it's 42 minutes. Yeah, I watch EVAP. I watch 9-hour-long videos on a regular basis. 42 minutes isn't that long, really.
Yeah, long can be a dissuasive point when you're looking for videos, but it's what they have to say that matters. And we know what Nux did say.
I mean, all Nux did say was power scaling, am I right? And then whatever the other half of his video was, I really don't remember. Or Nuts, I don't really care to remember.
Yeah, let's hope they bring it up. Let's hope, because I'm really curious on what they're actually going to say in this video.
Also, you got anything to say, KFC, or you just gonna be like me, where he just follows along the chat?
Not really. I mean, he hasn't made any points yet. I do find it weird that he's complaining about a long
Fair
video.
enough.
He made a 31-minute video.
It's a notion. If you have a notion, you can just say it.
Alright.
Anything that comes to mind, really.
Make a video that takes us a month to watch. Seriously, you know, you're lucky I made a sterner stuff that I got tiger's blood running through my veins and the mentality of a champion. Even in making this video, I win. I've defied the odds. Your premise was flawed. You've lost this war from the outset, my friend. Please do not look at the duration of my videos. But I'm gonna humor you. I watched your behemoth and even clipped a few parts so that people know what you actually said. 42-minute video. You're welcome.
Please have pride of me, Sensei.
In general, I agree with you. Honestly, that's why I never...
Bro, he's getting on my cringy nerves.
He is. Again, he's fairly cringy, but again, Nox is peak cringe. This is. We'll have to see. It's probably because he's not as. How do I? He's not as.
He's not on a similar octave on
He's not as.
Nux, really.
It's not. He doesn't have Nox's exact cadence. Nox's cadence and how he speaks annoys me more than Joy Boy's does.
And I'm certain this guy's trying to emulate Nux.
Never felt the desire to respond. You're wrong, but you're not wrong enough to fill me with any sort of burning passion to accomplish anything. So basically, you didn't make the cut. But a month later, here I am, dry on content and bored. You got lucky. So let's start with a summary of your video in 2 sentences. You know, we could maybe title this section, Watches 42 Minutes Quickly Becomes 15 Seconds.
How about a magic trick?
Now, I dislike things, and the things that I dislike are also bad. Also, the specific thing I dislike is angry people. And angry people are also toxic. And toxic people make me sad.
It's gone.
Amazing. I will upvote now. It is speaking to me deep down inside.
Anywho, power scaling is a key component to the overall One Piece community because it is one of the most discussed topics in the entirety of the One Piece world. Aside from, I guess, predictions and theories, but that's a different segment of this video.
What you don't even realize, you separated your video into 2 parts, power scaling and theories, but you are disliking the exact same thing, and you didn't even connect the dots. To be honest, the theory...
Wait, what? How is power scaling and theorizing that similar?
Yeah, we'll probably. Okay, I hope he elaborates on this because I don't. Okay, I guess you could theorize about how strong a character is, but that's power scaling regardless.
Power scaling is mainly the evidence you have.
Yeah, and you can theorize about how, but this isn't. I hope he. Let's just continue. I hope he elaborates because I don't actually know what he. Maybe he means something else to what we think he means. I don't know.
Theorizing is an extremely broad. While power scaling is specific.
To be honest, the theory crafting here could have been stronger. I'm about to blow a lot of people's minds right now, so prepare yourself. Power scaling, it is a form of theory. I'll give you a moment to recover from that one. Now granted, it is definitely true that there is differing amounts of evidence that could be applied to various situations if you're intending to power scale. Same shit is also true of theories. Some things are more justified, some things are less justified. So is it a theory or is it a speculation? Who the fuck cares? Bro, you would not believe how often I get this. Oh, that's not a theory, okay? That is a prediction. Get it right. You know when people want to be talking down to the shit that you like, but they don't know how to express it, they don't know why they feel it? This is the kind of argument that they come to. Is it a review or is it a recap? Is it a let's play or is it a guide? Or is it some combination of these 2 things such that really no exact word defines what it is that you're doing? The title can only be so long. The struggle of man is very real. It's so sad. Are you really?
Is he trying to be Nux, or is this a genuine point, or both?
I would say the so sad thing was definitely like Nux. But he's just saying that these words don't have the definitions they do have. A review and a recap are not the same thing.
I don't know what he's actually trying to do. I feel like he lost the grip on the point because the point was in power scaling in theories and he's just listing off all sorts of examples. And he's not actually elaborating much on those examples other than these can mean other things.
I think he's trying to say that people divide power scaling and theories when in reality people just don't know what they're talking about? Because that's what he said. It's like when people don't know how to express themselves.
I think that might be what he means, maybe?
But his words are wrong.
Yes. But
Yeah,
wait,
he's
let me just play it back and hear what he had to say.
If you're intending to power scale. Same shit is also true of theories. Some things are more justified, some things are less justified. So is it a theory or is it a speculation? Who the fuck cares? Bro, you would not believe how often I get this. Oh, that's not a theory, okay? That is a prediction. Get it right. You know when people want to be talking down to the shit that you like, but they don't know how to express it,
Alright, okay, I'm still lost.
Yeah, I don't think he did this very well.
Theory, speculation, it doesn't matter.
But then he said theory prediction.
Okay, first he started off with power scaling and theorizing are the same. Then he says something about
Did he say a form of, or did he say the same? Is when the bomb blew up.
power scaling and theories, but you're disliking the exact same thing, and you didn't even connect the dots. To be honest, the theory crafting here could have been stronger. I'm about to blow a lot of people's minds right now, so prepare yourself. Power scaling, it is a form of theory.
Yeah. Then he says, I already forgot what he said.
Things are less justified. So is it a theory or is it a speculation? Who the fuck cares?
And then he says theory and doesn't care if it's called a theory or a speculation.
A speculation seems to be a part of a theory. The formula of a theory are conjure without firm evidence.
So there's a difference?
Yeah, just like there's a difference between review and recap. I don't...
Same shit is also true of theories.
These words don't have the meanings they do have. It's weird.
You're literally throwing away meaning right now.
Essentially.
Situations if you're intending to power scale. Same shit is also true of theories. Some things are more justified, some things are less justified. So is it a theory or is it a speculation? Who the fuck cares? Bro, you would not believe how often I get this. Oh, that's not a theory, okay? That is a prediction. Get it right. You know when people want to be talking down to the shit that you like, but they don't know how to express it, they don't know why they feel it? This is the kind of argument that they come to. Is it a review or is it
Okay then. No? These are completely valid. If it is a theory, it's a theory. But if it's a theory, but it's more like a speculation, then it's a speculation. It does matter.
Just to comment, I guess I could say he is like Knox. We had to spend several minutes having to dissect what he actually meant by one thing he said.
Oh, he's doing
Not
a
as
good
worse
job.
as the not as worse as the one fairy tale thing, but he's getting there.
express it, they don't know why they feel it? This is the kind of argument that they come to. Is it a review or is it a recap? Is it a let's play or is it a guide? Or is it some combination of these two things such that really no exact word defines what it is that you're doing? The title can only be so long. The struggle of man is very real. It's so sad. Are you really actually declaring war on the One Piece community, Mr. Taku? The painful truth is that nobody cares as long as they enjoy the video. But God forbid they dislike the video, then it becomes a game of, well, let me contrive my own reason as for why my opinion is superior to everybody else's. Let's bring them down so I can lift myself up. So let me explain to you the elitist mindset that you and many have, myself included sometimes to be honest, why it's wrong and who the real enemy is.
Using terms like, oh,
That was just word vomit. I'm trying to process what he just said.
What he just said, basically, is people who disagree just fabricate their disagreements because they didn't like your video. It's stupid.
Well,
Explain
Gotta
to
listen to
you
that
toxic
the
again.
elite.
dislike.
Let's bring them down so I can lift myself up. So let me explain to you the elitist mindset that you and many have, myself included sometimes to be honest, why it's wrong, and who the real enemy is.
Using terms like, oh,
No, I'm not gonna try to process that. We're already on something else.
I would like to
You
point out that because I have access to the dislike, saw how many dislikes were on this video in particular. This video has 1,000 dislikes.
1,000 to 5,000 is a pretty noticeable
It's not the best ratio.
ratio. That's the word I was looking for.
I feel the dislike might be more its response to Nux, and Nux is a fairly rabid fan base.
Let's take a
Yeah,
gander at the. Let's take a
I was
gander
gonna
at the
say he's kind of
comments.
condescending though.
I can't get over Mr. Taku. It's way too formal for Nux, and it makes it funny. Yeah, it's a. I presume that was a joke. I really hope the next time we see featuring Nux Taku, right? It'll be a legit collaboration. Love both. Oh, it's not a. It's a response video. Uh, that is where you're wrong, sir. Toxic people don't become Nux. I mean, toxic people don't make Nux sad. Nux makes the toxic people sad. Alright? Wasn't Nux's whole point that power scaling basically never makes sense and doing it just ruins the aspects of the narrative? And the fact that he found it hilarious that people jumped on Oda for it? What? That's the What? Just ruins aspects of the narratives and the fact that he found it hilarious that people jumped on Oda for it. What's. Oh, it was a comma. It's a new sentence. What's with the extra flow? Work of art for members of both fans. I love to speculate things while watching. It's like, by the way, logically speaking, the theory that Shiryu has the diamond for. Loss of. Oh, whatever.
If you sort by newest, you'll
Respectful
probably
but
see.
sarcastic in a similar way to Nut. Okay, I guess that clears my point. He's trying to emulate Nux's mannerism.
I think he's fine when he just doesn't try to be funny.
Is Nux fanboy? A whole lot of people hate Nux's voice, huh? I never really acknowledged it as either annoying or satisfying. Joy Boy, on the other hand, has that voice that makes me pop in my earbuds before listening to stimulate the feeling of him whispering something. Oh, I thought it was gonna go somewhere else. I found Nux annoying, teching well, he overreacts to everything, but I like his approach. I love Nux's. Your speaking style is awesome. Alright, that's enough comments. Back to the video. God damn. Hoping to see some detractors, but nope.
If you sort by newest, you're more likely to get people who disagree with him.
The newest? 6 months ago? God damn.
just feel like I'm listening to a softer Nux. Pretty cringy.
Nux is a coffee with sugar. Joy Boy Theory is an espresso. Alright. Why choose Joy Boy over Nux? It's because Nux is just too loud for my taste. I prefer this channel over his. Nux's channel is just laughing and shouting 50% of the time. Nux is childish, not even worth getting serious. Childish? Perhaps not childish. He's just loud and trying to be funny. And then again, his recent context. His Nux's recent content is, well, I said very. Let's just say he changed his content. Joy Boy, I love you, but the fake Nux voice has got to go, right? Oh, what the? People who use the word toxic are toxic? What? Whatever. Enough.
He's warlord level. He's emperor level. Oh, that guy admiral level. Bro, what are you talking about? That man right there, he's Yonko commander level. Now, I'm not saying that everyone that uses these terms are a dumbass. Okay, that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm kidding. I would never say something like that. Are you crazy?
Since you don't seem to understand, I'll explain. Tiers are simply generalizations of strength. Just the same as generalizations in real life, in any facet, they are not always true, and that is understood. Or it should be. It's crazy, right? Dumb people are gonna come to dumb conclusions. But the tiers themselves certainly do not contribute to toxicity by themselves. They are just tools to improve communication. Say I wanted to speculate how strong I think Zoro is right now. I don't really want to argue the merits of this, but say that I have the desire. How would I do it? Well, important here is how exactly do we quantify strength? As I think you pretty aptly pointed out, it's complicated, and nothing exists straight out of One Piece for you to be able to effectively do this. As you say, using Zoro's bounty is dumb. So you want to know why the community uses tiers? Well, it is for this reason. To quantify strength in some way that could be communicated. Right, I'm not going to disagree with you. Power scaling gets very contrived very quickly because the task that they set before them is incredibly difficult. There is way too much that we do not know. Oda has not made it easy in any of your videos.
Alright. I do agree that the Warlord and Yonko level type scaling is to simplify the actual scaling, but I also think it's, well, pretty much trying to do a Dragon Ball scaling for One Piece, which it goes both ways. It's to make it simpler and it's to make it like Dragon Ball. So
And it's not really a fair scaling system, because, hang on. Because it's not really a fair system because not all the Yonko are really even on scales, because some are just stronger than others, some have hacked powers that put them up a lot higher. Also, 3 of the 4 Yonko can be defeated if they get thrown underwater and stay there long enough. It's not really an even scale of distribution of power.
I'm curious about how it's like Dragon Ball though, because all I really know for Dragon Ball is like Super Saiyan. Like they never really introduced ranking systems besides that.
perhaps not Dragon Ball specific.
I would say more like Bleach with the captains.
At the moment, I was thinking something like, Super Saiyan 2 level, Cell level.
Yeah, but I feel like those are more concrete though than what One Piece has.
Yeah, but then I should say something more like the usual power scaling, the usual terms in power scaling,
Yeah.
like city level, city plus, town level, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
I misspoke there.
I feel a lot of people go to Dragon Ball because not everyone, but a large majority of people have seen Dragon Ball, and it's the simplest thing of thing is stronger than the next thing.
There's just something else I wanted to say.
Scaling gets very contrived very quickly because the task that they set before them is incredibly difficult. There's way
Power scaling can be difficult depending. I'm pretty sure you can easily power. God, that shot of Luffy is weird. I'm pretty sure people can power scale pretty well, but except
I
like
mean, Ben,
speed and endurance in One Piece gets pretty difficult, but every other aspect should be easy to figure out.
I think
yeah, it's
power
fairly
scaling,
fine if you like have concrete examples.
concrete examples, and like what the author gives.
Sorry, you were saying KFC?
Oh yeah. I was just saying that like
Sorry, I was just.
yeah, it's kind of about yeah, like exactly concrete what you can see. But then you have shows that are like less concrete, so then it becomes more about what the author gives you in terms of like lore sometimes. So it can be complicated, it can be easy. Generally, though, speed is the hardest.
Especially in a manga.
Yeah, hardest or more inconsistent.
It gets harder to tell in the anime because you're trying to interpret what they think how fast the character is going and what that actually means. Because the foxy thing of like, oh the foxy thing is really done. Like the foxy
Photons?
can shoot light. Yeah,
Photons,
Luffy can
which are
react to them, or if
essentially.
Luffy doesn't react to them, he's faster than light.
That's not really a manga or anime thing. That's just the description of the Noro beam, it being photons.
Well, that's also why speed is the hardest because there's reaction dodging, then there's aim dodging. So you could say he's reaction dodging, or you can say he's just moving out of the way of whatever is shooting at him in the first place. So he isn't dodging the beam itself. It just depends.
Then again, the actual beam, even.
Like if so, what I mean is like if someone points a gun at you, if you move and someone fires after you move, you aren't dodging the bullet. You've dodged where they pointed the gun in the first place.
Yeah, I understand. But I'm saying the actual beam in the anime moves relatively slow.
Oh yeah, it's just about representing the manga and what they have.
too much that we do not know. Oda has not made it easy, and in your video I believe that you explained this pretty well. But then it feels like you made the jump, well it's so hard so you gotta give up. Quitter's mentality. The guy who flexes on people.
I didn't understand a word he just said. That sentence.
Oda has not made it easy, and in your video I believe that you explained this pretty
Oda made easy in any of your video, I believe.
well. But then it feels like you made the jump, well it's so hard so you gotta give up. Quit.
You made the jump. Well, it was so hard.
That's exactly what I heard, and I have no idea what he means.
Yeah, it's sort of like jumbles through the sentence, like he's trying to rush the sentence.
Just like Nux! Except Nux is loud.
So he's more easy to hear.
Yeah, Meme said that at the beginning of the video, he wanted to imitate Nux's voice apparently for some reason.
Oh,
I believe that you explained.
But why though?
You thought it'd be funny, maybe?
You had featuring Nux Taku, and yet Nux isn't actually in the video, as far as the comments say.
I think he's just leaning
it's just
into the
gonna be-
trolling thing
oh.
that Nux does. And throwing it back at him, I guess.
You could argue that's clickbait because if he's just responding to it, then it's not featuring it. Because then you could say LX is featuring Totally Not Mark in their Totally Not Mark videos.
and they proceed to emulate totally not Mark's mannerisms.
I'm just saying that a
Dialects.
title like that feels like something Nux would do, like saying featuring someone that isn't there. That feels
Definitely.
like something.
Yeah. I'll just start the video.
It easy, and in your video I believe that you explained this pretty well. But then it feels like you made the jump, well it's so hard so you gotta give up. Quitter's mentality. The guy who flexes on people on YouTube flexed on himself. Oh, it is too hard for him. And me as well, not gonna lie. But like some people enjoy the challenge, man, that's what they wanna do. Power scaling and discussion by itself is not a problem, and you basically said that. I think that in this part of the
You
argument,
also said that. Well, I didn't need to pause there.
you lost the forest for the trees, in much the same way as you're criticizing. If your intention was to blanket the whole idea, as you actually did. Warlord level is certainly the most cherry-picked thing you could have possibly chosen to express an opinion that is largely flawed. I think that you overcomplicated the conversation, to the point of partially making yourself wrong. You basically said it right here.
And because of this stupid headcanon that these terms actually exist, it gives people actual room to complain about the One Piece narrative, which is just mind-boggling.
Trimming all the fat here, what you are left with is people who use stupid reasons to complain about the story are dumb. Angry dumb people are bad. The argument starts and ends here. My video is going to continue on from this.
Yes. Angry dumb people are bad. Is he trying to defend that? Well, okay, not bad in the sense that they're evil, but in the a bad influence? Yeah, a bad influence. They are a bad influence.
It gives people actual room to complain about the One Piece narrative, which is just mind-boggling.
Trimming all the fat here, what you are left with is people who use stupid reasons to complain about the story are dumb. Angry dumb people are bad. The argument starts and ends here. My video is going to continue on from this point, but like, this is my entire point, right here. This is all that really needs to be complained about. Because these various things that people enjoy that they are doing, they're not a problem. As long as they understand that Oda can do something different, and that is okay. Because complaining...
No, wrong. If they get it wrong, then they're wrong. It doesn't matter if they enjoy it. If they get the premise wrong, then they have it wrong. And so they're enjoying it wrong. You can't actually use Warlord level as a actual scale to scale power when there's so many outliers.
I think at most you could use it for generalization, but that's it.
When you're wrong is just stupid. In much the same way that a theorist who complains when their theories aren't right are also annoying. It's the fact that you don't understand or you choose not to understand what the
Theories are wrong? If a theory is wrong, then it's wrong. But when a theory is wrong, is when it gets... what's the word? Oh, well, when the theory is wrong, it's wrong. But when people hear a theory and they say it's wrong, I'm pretty sure you meant to say when people hear a theory and say it's wrong, rather than an actual incorrect theory. Yeah, whatever.
is okay. Because complaining when you're wrong is just stupid. In much the same way that a theorist who complains when their theories aren't right are also annoying. It's the fact that you don't understand or you choose not to understand what these words are communicating. You aren't fluent, and many aren't, because they aren't a part of these communities which obsess over this thing. Just the same as many don't know what the hell 189 dumb high IQ is, but those in your community understand and the joke is effectively communicated. Like One Piece creator...
What are you talking about? This is a separate meaning.
He keeps moving from one point to another very quickly and not really elaborating it, like going from the talking on theories and going to the meme thing very quickly, then going off it. It's slightly annoying that he doesn't really give that time, these thoughts time to develop. Also, hey Namek.
Alright, alright. He said,
Yo.
when people complain if a theory is a theory or speculation, he says that doesn't matter. When people complain that a theory is wrong, what do you say? People shouldn't say. If someone says a theory is wrong, that they're not. They don't understand. When someone says a theory is wrong, they don't understand the context? Is that what he's saying?
I think that's what he's saying.
What these
Question
words are
mark?
communicating. You aren't fluent, and many aren't, because they aren't a part of these communities which obsess over this thing. Just the same as many don't know what the hell.
Yeah. No? Great, now I'm confused.
If you're not part of the community, then you don't understand it because you don't know the context, I think.
But then he says, since you're not well in. No, not well. It's great. You're not in the theory as much as the person that's detracting the theory. But what if the person detracting the theory is even more in the story / fandom? Bro, this is nonsense.
Maybe this is why thousands of people disliked the video.
I think he's trying to emulate Nux a little too well.
Or maybe too badly.
Either way. It was a freaking. That was such a thing to wrap my. God, I need a moment, please. God damn. That was a thought process. I'm
Aren't a
sorry
part
about
of these
that.
communities which obsess over this thing. Just the same as many don't know what the hell 189 dumb high IQ is, but those in your community understand and the joke is effectively communicated. Like One Piece creators use.
And then that, the joke. That's a different thing he's brought. It's a different thing he brought up to prove a point about a different thing. So I'm not gonna touch on that.
Using tears colloquially. You use this joke like you assume we know what the hell you're talking about and what this thing means. You are no different from people using these tears in your own way. Are tears contrived? Absolutely they are. And that is the case out of necessity. Because this is really the best that One Piece gives you in order to power scale. And some people
Wait,
just
Paul.
simply desire.
Why are the tears contrived now?
No, he said it were.
He
it
just
was.
says the tears are contrived.
Yeah, he did say that before. But he also said that
But I
these
don't think
tiers
he...
are the best way the community can power scale, which is very wrong. He even said power scaling by using like Warlord and Yonko level are simplifying the power scaling. So now he's just contradicting himself.
Yeah, I guess he would be.
The best that One Piece gives you in order to power scale. And some because this is really the best that One Piece gives you in order to power scale.
No,
And some people just simply desire to do this thing. There is nothing inherently wrong with it by itself.
They are incorrect. That is what's wrong with it. Or I should say they're dumbing it down, where using that metric makes it's an oversimplification. Yeah, that's it. It's an oversimplification. And when you do that, you can get details wrong.
As long as you understand its place. I find that a lot of times we do not have great control over what inspires our imagination. So all we can really do is take out the arrogance. I definitely agree that power scalers tend to be the most toxic in the entire One Piece fandom. They are quickest to criticize Oda for stupid reasons. But let's just absolutely clarify that 1, it is not a problem to power scale. There is nothing wrong with it in and of itself. And 2, the use of tiers is not a problem. And even though you cherry-picked Warlord level as an example, that's probably controversial within these communities as well.
I have
The
a
hell
challenge
is
for
this
all of you.
shield?
Go to every computer in your house, your mom's, your dad's, your sister, your
It's a
brother's
walking
computer, and install.
contradiction. I don't know what to say. He's just accepting, and did he? You know, I'm not gonna think too much about it.
You see, Nux, you're starting with the wrong premise. You make the assumption, right, that something can be smart when it is factual and relevant to the story, and you yourself like it and enjoy it and understand it. But not everyone thinks the same way that you do. Anybody who actually watches my channel knows that I am not a big power scaler. I avoid that. I touch upon it from time to time when it interests me. It mostly does not. But I can still respect the art of power scaling. The immutable truth here is that some people like things that you may not like. You will never change that, and to assume that it is bad, you must assume that all discussion is garbage. I will explain this in a moment. Let's start with this example. As you delve into the dark...
If I remember this correctly, Nux did kind of insinuate that power scaling is useless. That's all I have to say then. Nux did say something like that. He said, what makes power scaling art? I did not pay attention too well then.
He said he could respect the art of power scaling.
Some people like things that you may not like. You will never change that, and to assume that it is bad, you must assume that all discussion is garbage. I will explain this in a moment. Let's start with this example. As you delve into the dark recesses of the internet fandom, including One Piece, eventually you will find
shippers
writing lemons and romance fan fiction between some of your favorite characters without regard whatsoever to the narrative. I mean, if you really want to.
I don't think Nux said anything about shippers. Where's this coming from?
I think he's trying to make a point by bringing this
Yeah,
up.
make a point.
This better be a bad point.
The art is pretty easy to find. Whatsoever to the and romance, eventually you will find
shippers
writing lemons and romance fan fiction between some of your favorite characters without regard whatsoever to the narrative. I mean, if you really want to, the art is pretty easy to find. Sasuke and Naruto. It's been shipped, believe it. Zoro and Sanji. Absolutely, yep. Luffy and Ace, Nami and Sanji, it's all there. But so here's the thing, these people do not generally believe that these romances will ever happen. They love immersing them.
Some do, some don't. Let's, if we're going by power scaling is a form of theory, then shipping is also a form of theory.
Absolutely. Let's just hope that theory. Let's just hope that theory of of Ruby and Yang having a thing, it just burns in hell. Okay, just.
It's a bad theory, you could say.
It's a factually wrong theory.
Yeah, but
shippers are
I'm not gonna
more rapid than power scalers.
Do you dare sin of one of the commandments? Thou not shalt be with siblings.
I don't think that was that a commandment?
No, I remember. It was like the 20th commandment, yeah.
You mean the 12 commandments?
No. Like 2000, right? They updating it, you know? God likes to update his rules, you know?
Oh man, I thought there was only 10.
No, God likes updating.
He's got to stick
Modern
with the
solutions
times.
require modern commandments.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Pretty much.
Thou not shall use NFTs. That's a pretty simple one.
Thou shan't pictures.
The newest one.
Thou shan't use pictures as currency.
Generally believe that these romances will ever happen. They love immersing themselves in the world and creating fan fiction. They get off to it, you feel? This is kind of an extreme example, right? But what this proves is that there are communities within every fandom that do not necessarily care what the story is actually suggesting. They don't care about the facts. They enjoy thinking about the possibilities. In this way, power scaling can be similar. Is Magellan ever going to fight?
Yes.
Could be.
I don't like the way that's phrased. I don't like the way he phrases. I get that people. I find it better if it was like people who like making
Headcanon?
their own ideas rather than people who don't care about the story. Yeah, headcanon is. Because like when he says like people who don't care about the story, it's like no, they do care about the story. They very much care about the story. They're just like making their own stuff. Saying people who don't care feels. You could get annoyed if you fall into that group, I would feel. I don't know, it's just not a great way to phrase it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I don't think it's a very good comparison either between power scaling and, like fan fictions. Because it's like there are some like at the end
Yeah.
of the series you'll have some people coming up with like, hey, what if this person fought this person? Those are more along the lines of like headcanon, fan rights or whatever. But like most power scalers are pretty serious when it comes to like what's happening actually in the story. And they'll take their points to be facts, not just like something that doesn't relate to the story.
And when you get to the end of the series, well, power's set. You can't really change anymore. All the evidence is there for how strong the character actually is, and how strong they ever will be, unless more gets made.
Yeah, I just don't think it's a very
So
good
yeah,
comparison he's
fanfics.
making.
Yeah.
He specifically said shipping.
Yeah, but he's talking about people writing stories about characters, so that's more fan fiction. And it's like fan fiction meets shipping. So maybe he's talking about like a subgroup of fan fiction, or he just sees them as one and the same.
But he didn't say fan fiction, which is the confusing part.
I mean, I think it's fair to infer what he means from the example he's given.
Abilities. In this way, power scaling can be similar. Is Magellan ever going to fight Prime Garp? No, obviously. Will Oda ever address this? No. Does it have any relevance to the actual narrative? Hardly. But people still enjoy these discussions. You don't have to understand it. There can be people different.
Magellan has a scar. I didn't notice that. I also forgot Hannibal got fat. All I remembered was Hannibal became warden and Magellan was demoted to vice warden, and Saul Death got taller. Just a thing I wanted to say.
To you, and that is okay. They are not automatically toxic for quietly existing. And they're not dumb for simply liking these things as long as they understand its place. I make theories, alright. I know firsthand many do not understand my obsession. But I also don't think that it's fair to label me toxic without listening to me. I think a lot of people just assume, right? Oh, when I get a theory wrong, then I'm outraged and I'm part of the toxicity. But do you actually watch me? Guys, I make a lot of theories. I get some right, I get a
Now he's talking about people that may or may not exist, not actual people. If you do get a theory wrong, then it's wrong. It doesn't make you or the people that say you are toxic.
Yeah, it's just, oh, I'm wrong. Moving on.
And then you don't really listen to people that didn't actually listen to your video. There is a different type of person.
Lot more wrong. And when they're wrong, I don't even get salty, man. I actually equally enjoy being right as being wrong for different reasons. And you would know that if you watched me. And you would know that about other theorists as well if you watched them. But that's the hard part that's skipped.
I because always like being right. I love always being in the right. It just puts a smile on my face.
Well, that's you. That's not Joy Boy theory. We're talking about
that's
Joy Boy
just a
theory
me
here.
theory. What's his name?
Joy Boy theories.
No, is that the dude's channel's name? Like Soy Boy? Was it Soy Boy or Joy Boy?
Joy Boy.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Like complaining about things that we do not understand. The fact that is conveniently ignored by those who do not like theories is that the theory community has developed a culture which accepts being wrong. Because anybody who is deep within the community and has...
What? Now we gotta put people who are wrong onto a pedestal? If this is true, then this is... Well... This is definitely...
People start clapping. People start clapping. Like, guys, I was wrong. Just a crowd cheering.
Yeah, that's something like that.
I feel Joy Boy is part of the subjective crowd where no one can be wrong because it's everyone's opinion. If he's going to argue that we're going to argue that people can be wrong. I feel this is where this is leading.
It's just an opinion.
Get your shields up.
Oh my god.
It's my opinion, bro.
Give me the emote.
Straight
Give me
facts.
the emote. I want to spam it right now. His opinion shield. Jinx.
It's my opinion, bro.
Okay. Chuckles punches your face.
How could this happen?
been around for long enough knows that the vast majority of the time, no matter how convincing it sounds, you are wrong. There exists this elitist mentality of like, oh, look at these theory nerds going at it, trying to predict everything, always being wrong, wasting their time. Foolish. But you don't throw your hat into the ring. And you also aren't motivated like we are. Take a step back and see where the lines in the sands are being drawn. It's pretty straightforward every single time. It comes down to your personal interest. Some people like to power scale, some people like to ship, some people like speculating about the future of the story, and some people like to meme. Every fan falls into some category and believes all the other categories to be a waste of time. I personally don't see a lot of value in overused copy and paste jokes.
I never really thought that people who cast theories are psychopaths.
It's ironic. He is being derogatory about fandoms. I mean, a fan in the fandom discriminating on other fans, while he himself is discriminating the discriminators that may or may not exist.
I don't really get his point, because theories are a big part of like any fandom, regardless of medium.
But people will blast like
Marvel theories, you know, book theories. Just no one really sees this as a problem or like looks down on it. I mean, there are obviously some, but it's not like some vast majority.
He's specifically adding people in the fandom denouncing like fan nuts for being fans. So
I don't think that really happens though, because most people will just comment on a theory. They won't just say like, "This is dumb."
Maybe people out there may be people out there who do that, but it's just a specific thing he keeps on bringing up.
My point is that it'd be too small to really matter. It's not a big deal.
Folks, but that's just me. All that I like is good, and all that I don't like is bad. So I feel better about myself. So let's transition to theories. There are some people who make theories and place far less value on being right as you do. They love creating what I would call fan fiction. An idea sounds cool, therefore it is exciting to them, or something like that.
You can't compare fan fiction to theorizing. That's an entirely new subject. I refuse this point.
Whereas one is just like predicting what the story is. You're trying to add something. Like you're making your own type of. Again, you're making your own story.
And the people, what did it say about?
Whereas you are predicting the story that you're talking about. You know, where.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
fan fiction and theorizing is far too different and meme left. Oh well.
Is bad. So I feel better about myself. So let's transition to theories. There are some people who make theories and place far less value on being right as you do. They love creating what I would
Far less. Alright. Far less. Alright, if they don't care a lot about their theory, then that's them. But if they do, they're not like fan fiction. They could be fan fiction writers and theorists. There there may even be some overlap, but you don't just associate whatever.
call fan fiction. An idea sounds cool, therefore it is exciting to them, or something like that. Again, I tend to be more like you. The possibilities which interest me most are ones I feel like will happen, not what could happen. But I do enjoy a little bit of both, and I see people who enjoy something much differently from you or I. You aren't wrong for enjoying One Piece in this way, because that is totally your prerogative. But if you are an outsider who has not devoted one brain cell in the attempt to understand these things or these people, I bet it can be pretty confusing, and it's easy to go on long rants that devalue these people's interests for the purpose of stroking your own ego. Nux, you're trapped within your own.
But Nux keeps on. Oh, meme's back. Nux is trying to say. Oh no wait. He said. No wait. We're on. Are we on theories or power scaling?
Bro, but never know. I don't know.
We're on both, I guess.
He's just talking about how people like devalue something people in the fandom enjoy. I don't.
Yeah, but
Really not
alright. You may not know about it, but let me remember. It's Nux's video about theorists. What did he say, Ryder?
Is this an antagonistic video?
Yeah,
I
actually.
feel what he's doing. I feel what he's doing is what he's criticizing Nux for doing, in that he's saying it's stupid to devalue people for doing these sorts of videos while doing the video himself. Although if he's trying to emulate Nux, then I think he's trying to wrap himself in multiple layers of irony as a sort of shield to be like, I was trying to be Nux. I don't know what he's doing. I'm trying to wrap my head around what he's doing. I can't work it out.
This video is very unfocused. Or at least it feels that way.
It is definitely unfocused. If there was like a, I'm going to cover this part of the video, okay, I'm done with this part of the video, then I'm going to cover this next part of the video, it would probably be better, but he's trying to cover both because he addressed that power scaling and theories are two of the same thing, when they're separate videos. He's being a worse Nux, basically.
Yeah, it feels like he's picking up points.
In the Nux video, he talks about power scaling and theorizing, but for whatever reason, Joy Boy is conjoining theorizing and power scaling as a very similar thing.
I mean, but it feels like he's just like picking like the point power scaling and theorizing, and then just dropping them and moving on to this, and it just feels very disjointed. Like it doesn't feel like he's made a point about anything yet.
What was his name again? Bro, I lost a lot of energy. Man, this guy made me wrap my hand around such a nonsense point. Gavin didn't think this video was going to be worth be listening, and now that I'm, in the middle of one, I can definitely say I have no idea what he's talking about.
Like,
This
can I
guy,
just say
this guy is
what were you thinking? What were you thinking with this video?
So the only point I can think of that he's made is that power scaling is a form of theorizing. That's the only solid point I think I can remember that he's made.
Because this man is blasting nonsense. And
I really feel like it's just people who do theories and fan fictions. They're cool. They're not psychopaths. They're cool. That's really all I got.
Whoops.
It's okay to be wrong. You're just not looking at it at the right perspective. I believe that's something he said.
I mean, like, definitely did making my own type of character with a stand or something. But I've never once thought that you made a theory you suck or something. It's just like they're toxic. The only way I could think is that you're actually a piece of I don't get that. I really don't.
Head
Maybe
canon
you
of
guys
because
have experienced that type of stuff.
No.
What type of stuff?
Okay, so it's not just me.
I think this way, other people think the same way. I make theories because I want to be right. So other people make theories because they want to be right, and that is a fallacy. If they understand from the outset that
that's just basic theorization. That's just how theorizing goes.
Probability of their idea.
That's just confidence in your theory. Yeah, forget it.
Being right is low, then it ain't toxic. In fact, the probability of their idea being right is low, then it ain't toxic. In fact, the ones actually shitting on them are the toxic ones. You know, it's like you go to Hobby Lobby, right? And it's basket weaving days, and you go inside and there's all the grandmas in there, and you go flex on them on how stupid and dumb their pastime is.
Oh, look, it's the 1-2.
I mean, that's not really the case. I mean, it depends on what level of conversation that person's having. Like, if someone criticizes someone's ideas, then it's not really being toxic. But if someone is actually being toxic, well, it's being toxic. But he's not really giving examples of what that would be like. He's not actually used words. He's just given a vague example and hoping people will fill in the blanks for him.
And we shall fill in the blanks. We shall do it.
I mean, this is really just
That's another
situational
commandment.
based. Like, depending on who you're talking to and what they're saying. I mean,
If they bring you down for being wrong and insult you.
In there, and you go flex on them on how stupid and dumb their pastime is. It's illogical. Your children have enough baskets already.
That's a different thing. He said something about people being wrong, but now he's just bringing up people that are being toxic on people that theorize.
like, is he talking about? Yeah, is he talking about?
Oh my god!
Making
What
theories being
is his
toxic, or
point
just
now?
is calling out people's theories for being dumb toxic? I don't understand.
We could make a drinking game out of how many times Joy Boy goes off track with what he's talking about.
Did you say alcohol poisoning? Damn.
Yes, sir. But I'm underage, so I'll just get some milk. I'll get drunk over milk.
You could do an alternate one where you just drink water.
Nah, milk.
It'd be healthier for you.
I've heard your kidney explodes if you drink too much milk.
I'm looking that up.
It's not true.
Damn it. That would have been funny.
I mean, if you drink too much liquid, your body would explode anyway.
Well, eventually, yeah, something's gonna give.
Stupid and dumb their pastime is. It's illogical. Your children have enough baskets already, Grandma. Like, for real, man. These idiots with their wild power scaling and theory nonsense, my tastes are far more refined than that. And even if these are made
I'm gonna do the regrettable thing and actually look at Nux's video again to see what is.
Oh, you
Actually,
brave
no.
soul.
Actually, maybe I should. Whatever. What was his stance on theorizing again?
You lost the war when you see stupidity like this. You know, power scaling, undermining narrative level stuff.
Chicken made out of plants for people.
And of course, if any other YouTubers wants to debate this point with a response,
Taste
and goddamn, did
the
Oda
milk.
nail it. We love that stuff. I mean, I know that this is more of a power scaling point, but that chapter was so funny. Everyone all along was saying that Garp kind of sucked. They were saying, okay, he's the hero of the Marines, but hey, he's only Vice Admiral level. I could do anything at this point, and I will suck him off. The man's a legend. I love him, and I love One Piece. But the amount of people theorizing that it's actually Odin with zero evidence, aside from the bow on his
You think he'll
pants,
suck
bruh.
off the Naruto author?
Probably, if people like something that much.
What's his thoughts on Boruto?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure it's positive. I'm certain he has a lot of positive, in quotation marks, things to say about Boruto.
I'm sure he would defend it in some ways, but because that's just something he would do for a video. You'd know it'd probably make him a lot of views as well.
Bruh! And people are signing him into the Straw Hat roster already. Now, when it comes to One Piece theories, there's three basic veins of theories that I really like. We know that Oda likes basing different
Also, he likes
characters off
theories,
different...
therefore he doesn't hate theories.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
different figures.
Also on the Nux Boruto thing, he has two videos on. He has a couple of videos on Boruto. He has Boruto just saved anime,
Oh, goddammit.
and Boruto Shippuden has officially surpassed Boruto.
Wait, what? The last one?
Boruto Shippuden has officially surpassed Naruto.
Oh, okay. I thought he'd be reasonable. I guess not. Unless he's just trolling in his titles.
It's also called trending in Japan, so I don't know if it is.
Oh,
And
I
then
think
there's
this was a
also
troll.
then there's also the Boruto Abridged series. That gem of a series.
That gem.
Oh god, he has so many Boruto videos. How did he have this many?
Views.
I'm gonna link something in the B-list chat. That's something.
in history to a certain extent, and he's done this throughout with obvious things like Blackbeard, Teach being the actual Blackbeard named.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
The point Nux is trying to bring up is that real life people have similar themes to the people in One Piece.
Yeah, I remember that.
Freaking bonkers.
Well, it's like that. Yeah, like I said, I remember I said it was neat. Yeah, I still stand by that. It's neat, but not really something that I'm like looking for with my third eye. I was like, oh, that's pretty neat.
Made in good faith and they understand the place and likelihood for all of these things, it bleeds out into the community and becomes toxic. So it's bad and it's sad. But so here's the thing, I've simplified your argument. These things are only toxic when people use them to fuel unjustified outrage. When their theories are wrong, they turn on Oda, and that's not good. But by themselves, they are harmless. Angry.
Then they brought up a different set of people.
Dumb people are the problem. But if these discussions are toxic, all discussions are toxic, because no matter where you turn, you find people who are mad about something. Here's an example. Nux, you touted your theories mightily in your video, and you yourself said that you like theories that tend to be factual and likely relevant to or actually predict the future of the story. Well, that means you enjoy theories.
That's the basis of all theories, yes.
Exactly. It's just like, oh, that's cool. You got it right.
Nux did say something in the video I showed about people just posting theories for the sake of theories.
He said he didn't like theories with like no evidence for them. He called them dumb.
Yeah.
Something about Odin.
That turn into spoilers. Not everybody. That means you enjoy theories that turn into spoilers. Not everybody feels the same way. Many people take this element of discussion.
Theories that turn into spoilers.
How though?
By being
It's just a
correct?
theory and someone.
Like, that's the only
But
way.
but if it's just speculation at the time, then it can't be a spoiler because spoiling means you spoil something. Like if I theorize that, if you theorize that, well, it's not theorizing. It's most likely to happen. If Luffy gets the One Piece at the end, whatever the One Piece is, I'm not spoiling the story. I
Dude,
just say
spoilers,
what I
what the
think's going to
hell?
happen. Oh yeah.
Wrap your
Should
brain
stop
around
saying before I say other spoilers like the meteor killed the dinosaurs.
Dang. And I
What
was
the
just gonna read
hell,
that
dude?
chapter.
I was just getting there.
Next chapter in my history book, man. Come on.
And use it to be angry, to fuel toxicity. For instance, and I've even seen this, the reveal that Komurasaki was Hiyori was ruined for some people because of theories. It didn't feel surprising. Another
ruined?
example, Kaido as
They just they brought up a theory and was correct. It isn't a spoiler.
Yeah, what's the? Why would that ruin it? It's like, oh my god, we got it.
I mean,
Let's go. Like,
I would understand why people would ruin it because they were right and it felt, and people would think it would feel obvious, or I don't know. Some people think that that theory is the reason why Oda made it into a canon, but I can see why people would think theorizing and their theories being correct kind of lessens the story. But that shouldn't be a
I guess-
big thing on theorizing.
I guess it's just a weird thing because if I feel most people would be like if they're on the right tracks or something, they wouldn't be like, oh no, stop. It's like stop yourself from getting the correct answer or getting something right. I don't know. That just feels counterintuitive to what people actually are like. Like you would like not want to guess correctly on like an idea. Like I don't know. We're just working off a bad point because theories equals spoilers is a dumb idea.
But them being right, uh, actually I forgot my point, but I do agree with you. I would like to know what he thinks a theory is so we could understand what the definition he was operating under. Well, you wish too much.
a dragon, totally predicted to feel surprising. Another example, Kaido as a dragon, totally predicted to the point of absurdity. I am not saying that you are one of these people, but
Who would predict Kaido is a dragon? But who'd predict Kaido is a dragon, and why would people actually think that was true? That's what I mean to say.
these people exist that get outraged for the fact that people think about the story at all. These idiots don't know that One Piece is even better when you don't think and you bury your head in the sand. I think that we should censor them. Ban all users on the forum who actually talk about the story, except for what I consider to be facts. But let's ignore the fact that sometimes facts can be very misleading. There was once a time when it was a fact that Sabo was dead. Whoops! This thing that you like.
But is Sabo alive?
Well, like, you can have a character factually die and come back, you know, like, I guess. It's just the span that you can have someone factually die and then come back. or was it that we assumed with the
But did he actually die in canon? It was said in the papers, but until we see his body or the story shows him being dead, you could theorize him being actually dead or actually alive.
I always go with the idea that if unless the character is 100% on screen shown to have died, then they're not dead. Because I've seen it happen far too many times where a character is thought to be defeated, they get kicked in a river. It's like, yes, that character is defeated 100%, and then several episodes later they're back. It's just like, who could have seen that coming?
Be facts. But let's ignore the fact that sometimes facts can be very misleading. There was once a time when it was a fact that Sabo was dead. Whoops!
But is he actually dead? Facts can be misleading. They're facts. It is true.
I mean, even with facts are still up for interpretation. Like, we thought the sun was in a different place in the universe ages ago until we found out it was not. But before then, the sun was where it was. As new information pops in, what is fact is not necessarily true. It's just what we interpret it as what it is. Putting it as a fact is not necessarily the case, as the story is still developing.
Alright, but still, do we know if he's alive or dead? There can only be one interpretation in a story like this.
It was up to debate, arguably, so I would say.
I think he's
Even
just,
if
I think he's just misusing words. I think he meant to say not misleading.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even if you take the word I was gonna say, I'm just like, oh, he's this character is dead, but then it came back. That means they'll be factually alive. You know, it's either one or the other.
That's what I meant to say. It could be contradiction. The fact could be contradicted.
Or maybe the storyteller or the author trying to subvert your expectations. Ooh, such a spicy word.
Subvert these nuts. Got him. Ooh.
All right, this is my final. Let's see you guys. It was a good time just hanging with you guys. Bye.
See ya then.
No, I was supposed to leave because you said that these nuts jokes.
Oh.
I wasn't actually leaving.
I did not have that power.
This thing that you like, in certain cases, becomes toxic. As it turns out, all you like, and when it was a fact that Sabo was dead. Whoops! This thing that you like, in certain cases, becomes toxic. As it turns out, all discussion is toxic, because in every community we have dumb, angry people. Resistance is futile. People will always find absurd reasons to be mad. I cannot tell you how many people throw shade at me for living in my own little bubble doing what I like because they don't understand it or they don't like it, for whatever reason. Either I make a theory or analysis and it is on point, right? It is right. So I spoil people and lessen their enjoyment of said thing. Or I make a theory and it's wrong, leading to unmet expectation and disappointment. It is lose-lose if you want it to be the case. Ultimately, I just do what I want to do, just the same as everybody else. With or without me, these things will happen. The irony here is that in truth, you bash the kinds of theories that may in fact cause less damage. The theories with no justification, as you would say, baseless theories, neither spoil nor create expectation. So when inevitably they fail, nobody cares because that was totally predicted from the start. It's like when you see a theory and you're like, you're stretching pretty hard there. You don't build those expectations up of like, well, this is probably the case, You brought up the theory that Shilu would steal the diamond devil fruit, but what you...
Also, his lips did get nerfed. I thought Shiryu...
What an inconsistency.
This thing about spoilers is also interesting because there have been actual scientific studies about if spoilers affect people's enjoyment of media. and they found that it doesn't really, and in some cases, spoilers make people enjoy them more. So,
Oh, I've been spoiled by some JoJo things. I'm not stopping JoJo.
yeah, generally, spoilers don't affect people as much as media would portray it.
Dude, spoil
I
something
prefer to.
in Wano, the latest one. What spoil right now?
Don't actually.
I then cover your
Characters,
ears.
big fight.
Cool. More. Give me more.
Proof piece is still
Yamato
happening.
is female.
What? Dude, what?
Damn.
Dude. Like, I'm being so serious about it.
Yamato is the sword that Virgil uses in Devil May Cry.
You
Failed
really
to
had to say it
mention
like that?
was the theory that
Well, sucks to get spoiled, huh?
Yes.
I see.
Shilu would steal the diamond devil fruit. But what you failed to mention was that when that idea was debunked, nobody complained about it. So the theory itself was actually not toxic, because toxicity is being defined as that by which makes one mad for dumb reasons. That's the source of what is unhealthy within the community. In this way, your argument is illogical. Things aren't toxic simply because they exist, and you disagree with them or you dislike them. That's called being an elitist. If you want to argue that,
But you brought up that point, sir.
I should probably
Yeah,
search
did
up
he say
elitist just in case.
I don't think Nux ever said that.
Yeah, Joy Boy theories thought up that point.
Either that or just grossly misinterpreting what's happening.
I or other theorists or theory channels are responsible for their audience's reaction to their theories. That is to say that we take responsibility for the fact that our content reaches dumb people and those dumb people can take it and become toxic. Then I guess that you gotta accept the toxicity that you create, secondhand, unintentionally. From those who watch your
I'll
videos
take
and
it.
don't understand
I'm the
the
king of
nuance
hate.
of wholesomeness plus toxicity.
But if they get mad, that is their problem, right? Oh
What is
no,
this video
if
about?
they get mad, they're
don't
just
know.
misinterpreting the message, or if they get upset over the theory, they're not looking at the.
Oh crap.
I could have sworn this video was about like power scaling is a form of theorizing. I guess not. I guess we're just not doing that.
Toxicity and how it works for you. What I'm saying is that, Nux, do I need to flex on you so that you understand that there are dumb people who watch your channel and are influenced by it? I would hope the answer to
there's a
that
lot
is
of dumb
no.
people.
And now you have a bit of perspective. And since you want me to talk about Zoro's future Sharingan, or his Rinnegan, I just want to clarify here, guys, I have never, not once, made a video on this subject. My taste is actually very similar, to Nux's here. But you said this.
Fam, the amount of people I see theorizing that Zoro's eye that's scarred shut is actually the Sharingan. There are so many theories that the reason why Zoro's eye is shut and he never mentioned that he actually lost it, well, you see, in fact, his eye has superpowers. So, that being said, I would not be surprised at all if it's true. In fact, if I were to guess, I would think that he did not lose his eye and that he will be able to open it and his eye is gonna look like Mihawk's, Hawkeye, the famous eye that he has that he can see shiz, he's a legend and all that. I do think that that's possibly one of the things he's gained from his training with Mihawk, that when he opens that eye, it'll look like Mihawk. I would never ever in a million years make a video on that, because even though it's a prediction, it has zero evidence. Zero evidence.
The fallacy here is that it is impossible to justify this theory so that it is not baseless. And in a way, you are straight up saying that you should be in control of the ideas that influence the community. If I decided to make a theory on this subject,
He said that he wouldn't make a video on it because he doesn't believe the evidence is strong enough. Not that the community couldn't do that. Just a personal thing he doesn't want to do.
He's not trying to control anybody. He's just.
You can't control it no more. You can't control me, Nux.
He just made a dumbass point, and he's saying it's a dumb.
I like making dumb things. I don't mean when I say.
control of the ideas that influence the community. If I decided to make a theory on this subject, you would not even watch it because you
Also, he didn't even call it a theory. He said he theorized, but then he just labeled it as a speculation. So
Like, I would. It was. I don't know. It's just like I expect a lot of people to just do like random theories. Like, I'm still. I'm sorry. I'm still fixated that it's just like, oh, theory's toxic. It's just like, I don't get that. I'm sorry. Like, serious. Who said it? Was it BG or DA talking about Zoro's fate and becoming like getting off the devil fruit of Brook and Luffy dying from all the poison and everything. That's a theory. I don't see them being toxic.
a baseless theory, you could say.
I mean, to be honest, they are kind of toxic, especially that DA bastard.
Oh, you better not say that to them, their faces, or otherwise you're gonna get
I
muted.
will. You know why I'll say that? Because I'm not a coward.
You're gonna get the time, huh?
Yeah. You know why I get tired? Because I say freedom speech. Freedom speech.
You're gonna get straight to the guillotine. That's what you're gonna get.
It's freedom of speech. No matter how hurtful of the words I'm gonna be saying, freedom of speech.
You're gonna say one thing and we're not gonna see you for the rest of the stream.
Yes. It's kind of weird. Just
Taking
like,
out
who's
obviously
that?
good ALX.
I feel like we're missing someone. Like someone who just kind of just shows up and just watches stuff with us. I don't know. It's probably just a figment of our imagination. Completely forgetting about.
Figment of your imagination. You're the one that joined midstream.
Okay, I guess I'm wrong.
Also, meme typed, I was spoiled on blank for a long time before I read One Piece. Oh wait, that didn't really go anywhere.
I mean, we could also be referring to Gavin as well for people who could be here, who chooses not to be here because it's technically Nox.
It's because it's
What are you
Nux,
talking
or
about?
it's because
Nux has such a thriving personality.
It's a personality, alright.
Give me one good reason why Nux suck.
This man says things without even saying anything.
You don't need to convince me. I already believe you.
Community. If I decided to make a theory on this subject, you would not even watch it because you have judged the idea from the title and thumbnail. My actual argument, whatever I say, is totally irrelevant to the conversation, when it really shouldn't.
It could be. If it's completely asinine, it's fair to think that.
This boy making Nux seem like an intellectual.
At least he's making him feel organized. I'm still lost.
I can't believe this dude made Nux feel like he was in order. Like he's in Prodigy.
I just don't understand how the rest of this video
Drop that. Draw that dead.
draws back to like, the beginning
Prodigy, Mastermind, Masterclass, Nux.
Are you sure you're
Don't
not
do
drunk?
Sorry, I probably drank too much milk.
Right. You were saying KFC?
I just don't get how the beginning of this video ties to this part of this video. It just doesn't feel like there's any thread at all. It feels like these are two different subjects, is what I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure
talking about them at the same time.
I'm pretty sure he tried to talk about a different subject, but considering everything he said, it really does feel like he's just making just one grand point.
I guess I don't see it.
Do you think this is the case that at some stage the title was different and he changed it?
No, he had to also change the thumbnail.
Fair enough. It's just that has happened with a lot of videos I've seen.
conversation when it really should not be. You are assuming that you don't need to watch it because you already know. That's arrogance and egoism that many partake in, including myself. I know this seems like a bit of an attack here. We're getting into like really juicy faux drama, but I'm very similar to you. And so because I'm similar to you, I think that it's fine if you think in this way, if this is the case. I understand, I really do. But I think that you need to at least acknowledge your own toxicity here, ranting about things you have not even bothered to listen to or understand. All it took was the one Zoro Eye theory from...
So, he's okay with the toxicity? Wow.
Yeah, because he can handle the toxicity, unlike Nux.
But he's just assuming that's the only reason someone didn't watch his video.
No. He's speaking facts. He's what?
Of course, that's why they didn't watch my video. It's because they can't handle the truth.
Speaking like a true Phil. You can't handle the stress. You
4
can't
years
handle
ago,
the truth.
and from that point onward, you, I, and many other people have like forever canceled that theory topic. I could actually make a halfway decent Zoro Eye theory right now, and I've been thinking about doing it. So maybe we'll just do it right now in order to prove a point. I made a theory discussing the importance of Buddhism in One Piece and how it relates to Zoro. Honestly, feel free to use it when you eventually make your Nobody Understands Zoro video. I think that it is totally relevant in an aspect of Zoro that really not a lot of people understand. Anyway, in Buddhism, there exists the idea of the third.
Hey, not
He literally referenced
third eye, but Zoro has one. That's minus
He's lacking
two.
too.
Yeah, so it's not even close. You could say Luffy's close to this because at least he has more eyes.
He's getting there. He's working his way up.
Also,
I wonder. I want to see Zoro with an eye test.
Zoro's vision is like -1.2 or something.
No, because you can't. It's just like, can you test with your right eye? Oh wait, which eye? Which was the eye that was?
His right eye.
Zoro gets lost on his way to see the eye doctor.
Anyway, I was saying, I'm pretty sure some people would know Zoro's connection to the Buddha, or the Buddhist religion. Buddhism. People's relationship with Buddhism, considering he referenced Ashura, and has a move called
Yeah, he had like 3 heads or something. That's very Buddhism.
Rashomon is a Buddhist thing.
Sure, the 3-head thing is like a god from, isn't it? That like a crap.
Ashura.
Yeah. What is it? 3 heads, 6 arms.
Yes, the Avatar.
Yes,
spider.
like God of Destruction or something.
Buddhism, there exists the idea of the third all-seeing eye, the eye which perceives truth. Here's a fun fact. People make jokes about Zoro unlocking the Rinnegan. Rinnegan in Naruto literally translates as Samsara Eye. Samsara refers to the cycle of rebirth in Buddhism and Hinduism. The 6 paths of pain, the 6 worlds, are samsara. Kishimoto was inspired by these religions to give pain the power of the Rinnegan, and stylistically decided to depict this by changing how his eyes look. But instead of straight up exploring this, he just gave Nagato powers. And the religious component of this is simply implied. In my theory, I argued at great length, using a lot of evidence, that Zoro travels the paths of pain. Yes, the very same.
But that evidence could just be nothing.
Unless the author confirms it, then it just pretty much is nothing. Or unless the parallels are so on the nose that you just kind of like have to admit that.
Yes, it's almost like themes.
Yeah, for themes to have like importance, they have to be like the main thing, like the on the nose. This is what we're talking about. But beyond that, I mean, it just depends how you read it.
As a pain in Naruto. The theory is pretty persuasive. That's the feedback that I've gotten from it. So if you argue Buddhism is important in One Piece, specifically, that in particular it has great relevance to and shapes Zoro's character and powers, past and future, For him to unlock a version of the all-seeing third eye is very justified. Explained in this way, in this detail, it is not just intuition, but
He doesn't. I'm not really certain on Buddhism, but I'm pretty sure Zoro is not following the way of the Buddhist. I may be wrong, but he may have some.
I don't
He
think.
may have some moves that connects to Buddhism, but I don't think so.
I mean, if he was following it, I thought he'd go through like the Four Noble Truths instead of whatever he said.
In this.
Wait, why? How is he basing this off of Buddhas? He didn't.
That is a good question. He did not say the Four Noble Truths.
No, he has evidence. Believe him. Believe him.
I have to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's such a good guy.
Yeah, you give me one good reason why he lied to us and is a scumbag.
Yeah,
I'm just getting this really positive vibe from this man.
He wasn't contradicting himself at all.
No
anyway.
toxicity at all. He's immune to toxicity. The plague is the toxicity, and he is the cure.
explained in this.
An apt title for this video.
I'm the cure to toxicity.
Yeah, that's pretty much all this video is.
Practically.
This way, in
I'm
this
not like
detail,
you, Paige
it is
Shields.
not just intuition. But of course, you would never, under any circumstance, make a theory on this, nor watch anybody else's for that matter, because it is baseless. And many think just the same as you. I hope you understand just how hard I
Isn't
just
that
dunked
reasonable?
But wait, so did he bring up?
Because you're a pussy.
Did he bring up a baseless, or was this an actual theory that he thinks no one actually?
No, he says that we're not gonna watch it because it's baseless. And okay,
Yeah, because we're not red pilled, guys.
we don't understand.
Well,
I don't
I
understand.
should say
he's
you
trying to
guys
make-
are not red pilled. I'm all of that type of red pill type of crap.
But it just he makes it sound unreasonable for us not to watch a video based on the fact that we don't believe the video will have any merit. It's like I don't click on everything on YouTube because some of the videos I just don't want to see. Some of them aren't my type, and some of them I just don't think are going to be interesting videos.
And some of them are trash.
Some of them are going to be trash.
Some of them
Or bleaching
are
Buddhism.
masterful. Just masterful.
I wonder if anyone's made Naruto in Buddhism.
Someone should do it now. Someone should do it now.
I'm pretty sure there. I forget who talked about it. Someone talked about like the eye powers relating to Buddhism. I forget who did that though.
Anyway, I was saying he brought up a. No, I'll just play it.
A halfway decent Zoro eye theory right now, and I've been thinking about doing it.
Yeah, he's halfway decent Zoro theory. So he thinks this has some basis to Zoro as a character or something.
What about
Zoro
the people who just like making crackpot theories that just like make no sense, but they enjoy like the concept of it so much they wanted to share it? What about those people?
He didn't bring it up. He didn't bring it up, so I'm not gonna comment on that. All right. He brought up it's a half decent idea, but then said it was nonsense.
It's a
Watch
half
anybody
decent
else's
idea,
for-
so it's not
I
even
have to-
decent.
I have to read this. Naruto's complex subtext and themes: Buddhism, Shintoism, and Hinduism. Oh no!
Good lord.
Oh no!
Put that into my veins. Just like the in Christianity channel that ALXR is. We're all into Christianity and religion, right?
Yeah,
Right?
the 10.5
Right?
commandments.
Yeah, the 2000
Looking up
commandments.
all those videos gets you. Looking up all those videos also gets you a ton of this character is somehow this religion thing again.
Another part of the commandment. Thou shalt not talk about theories. Oh shit, guys! Oh god. Anyway,
No, I
Then game channels, game theory is screwed.
oh, game theory would be. Oh my god.
He's already damned himself.
Welcome to religion theory.
No, but I went onto a
Is
forum.
Oh
Christianity?
no, that's extra heretical.
Is Christianity a lie?
Question mark?
Question mark, explanation mark, and in the thumbnail it's like, is Buddhism wrong? Like the man just can't say either Sonic or Mario's better. I don't get it.
We will also eventually shift into FNAF because everything with MatPat leads back to FNAF.
It's all interconnected, baby.
Dude,
No, but
the theme, literally the
Freddy is
theme, just
God.
everything connects.
I just went onto a forum I normally visit, and I just looked up crackpot, and the first thing that a terrible, stupid crackpot theory that people make these things all the time and they don't believe them. They're just fun things to do.
Yeah.
Crackpot whimsy theory such thoughts. Yeah, these are just. I don't get his points. Not everyone makes these things as like serious as him, at least.
This, nor watch anybody else's for that matter, because it is baseless. And many think just the same as you. I hope you understand just how hard I just dunked on you. It won't always be the case that you will select an example that I actually have.
He said it was a half. He
You
had
dunked him. No, guys, he
He got a
dunked him.
half dunk. He was
Got
almost
dunked.
there. That's more of a layup.
Have a semi-decent theory for, but it does a fine job of making my point. You assume that a theory is poop because of your own bias, and many people just like you are also falsely outraged.
That's not why I think a theory
This
is bad.
is a great
though.
day
What if
for
a
New
theory
York.
just doesn't
Together,
make
we are
sense?
taking a step forward into our future.
What's
Here's
that?
another good example where I can add
Good
some
question.
perspective. You stated the theory types that you like.
Now, when it comes to One Piece theories, there's three basic veins of theories that I really like. We know that Oda likes basing different characters off different figures in history. The second vein of theory is based on clues that Oda drops. And the third kind of theory I like is theory based on narrative.
Here's my theory Venn diagram. In my opinion, a good theory consists of a little bit of all of these things. Your own imagination, sources of inspiration outside of One Piece, and clues of various kinds within the manga
Wait,
itself. The bottom
Why does it need? Oh, he's talking about Nux. Okay.
circle, foreshadowing, and narrative carries a lot more weight if your objective is to make theories that are right. That is, if you correctly identify what is intending to be foreshadowing within the story, because not everything is foreshadowing, and that's a game unto itself. What maybe you don't know is the right circle, sources of inspiration. It's fool's gold, and I will explain why. You explained your theory about how Kaido was inspired by Napoleon. I saw
I'm sorry, he just said fool's gold. I'm just thinking about a song.
some theories like this a long time ago, before we had actually met Kaido, back when all we had to go on in regards to his appearance was a really misleading silhouette that, after the fact, looks nothing like Kaido at all. People use these very same conclusions that you came to speculate that Kaido was, in fact, a very small man, just like Napoleon. Kaido the manlet, if you will. But that never happened, because Oda did not use that part of the inspiration. And not coincidentally, many others. The concept I'm demonstrating is the cherry picking that is necessary to conclude things using inspiration, because Oda does not use
So your
every
theory's
element of
bad.
an inspiration.
Is not the case? Your theory is bad? It's wrong, it's bad?
Nux's theory, or
Well, no, that's what he's saying. Like, your theory makes no sense, it's bad.
I think he's saying that what he thinks makes up a good theory doesn't make sense. And I would agree, because like Oda could source anything from anyone from history.
Absolutely.
Like he could take their physical appearance or like their, ascribed emotional attributes or just personalities, because you
Or their
can't know where
fates of like how they died or something.
Yeah,
They can
he
take
could take
that
anything.
one.
So it's not very substantive. So I can't agree with him on that, but still.
what he said was the image we got of Kaido doesn't look like the actual Kaido we got. And Nux thought the fake Kaido, was like a Napoleon. which I don't know how you can associate that image with Napoleon. That's what he said.
I thought Oda like specifically mentioned like that he based Kaido on Napoleon, or no? Or is that just
No.
Nexusimo games?
No.
Oh, well then that's just even worse.
Yo, what's up?
Oh, great. Oh, hey. Oh, I didn't mean you. Oh, great. I didn't mean oh, great. You're here. I mean oh, great about the video. I swear.
No, it's fine. You know, I know I'm not wanted, but you know, I'm sticking around anyways. Bitch, sorry, I'm joking.
Oh, you want to
Anyway,
go? Oh, you want to go? I was just trying to go. I was
nah,
trying to go easy. I just wanted
now
you to
listen,
not get assaulted by my mad words. Okay.
listen. You want?
Did you see
Right? Do you want
Triton?
me? Do
He
you want
was
me?
shaking in his boots.
Do you want me to put? Listen, we can pack another time. I just wanted to see what was up. All right.
Can't believe I found another target this fast.
Whoa! Target. I don't know where this shit is going on. Like the store? Like you can go in and out. Like nah, bitch. Like what?
Yeah, that blinking red target. I'm pointing at you. Is that Markiplier meme? Just pointing at you.
And you must be pointing that shit in a different direction because I know for a fact you ain't talking about me, bro.
No, I'm pointing at you. I'm at my house, just outside at my roof, pointing at your direction. That's right. I know where you
Step out
live.
of the way so you can get the motherfucker
I
behind me,
pee,
dog.
mother.
Oh my god. Anyways, what the fuck are y'all watching?
A
I don't
bad
know why
video.
I'm getting so aggressive. Let's see, featuring Nux Taku. All right, this is a good one.
It's basically just
No.
it's basically just a response video to a video Nux made.
Okay.
It's not actually featuring Nox Toku. If it was, it would be a
Okay,
lot more
well,
obnoxious.
you think call it something else, but I don't know. Whatever. It's a little weird, but fuck it. Let's see. No one understands One Piece theory. I think I saw a thumbnail for that video at one point. I'm not into One Piece, so I never bothered looking at it. But I'm sure Nux had the most uncontested of takes, right?
Well, he's Nux. What do you expect?
Nux made a video on how Wano would be like the French Revolution because the image of Kaido does not look like the actual Kaido, and therefore the fake image is Napoleon.
Okay, so
Also,
I'm
we
guessing
had
it's meant as a
the
joke,
idea
right?
that nobles were being executed, Trafalgar Law, what else? I don't know, it's just a really nonsense theory.
Trafalgar was based off a land where a battle took place in France.
And that somehow makes Wano the Japanese place France now.
Or someplace in Europe.
I don't know.
Worldwide.
Like, I guess is that like a okay? So you said that was a video like him theorizing the ending to Wano.
No, they're theorizing what Wano would be.
Oh, okay. So it was before we got to that arc. All right.
Somewhere around Whole Cake is where he brought up that theory.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. But what about this guy? Is this guy, responding in Nux? How's he doing? What's his track record?
Terrible.
It's
It's just
horrible.
bad. I'm sorry.
Wow. So you're telling me he's responding to a video made by Nux and he's whiffing right now?
No, he's trying to oppose them and he's just doing really bad.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
honestly, I haven't seen the original Nux video, but this kind of feels worse from the snippets I've seen.
Okay.
He makes Nux seem kind of reasonable. I'm not gonna lie.
Kaiser, what are your thoughts on theories?
I mean, like, you're free to make them if you want to. I don't really judge them all that much, but like, if you try to, like, make whatever theories you want to make, but if you try to say that try to figure out, oh, which one is the most likely to happen, then like they gotta be built off of something reasonable, right? Like,
Nope,
can't
that's just your
base it on-
biased. Nope, not hearing it. Biased.
Of
Wow,
course,
okay.
of course,
Well, you know
Kaiser
what?
would
But,
make all accuse. Wow,
That's basically this
Punk
guy's
You know
video.
what?
punk bit.
That is a cross that I'm willing to bear. All right. You know what? Maybe I am biased, but you know what? Biased is just base with an I in it. All right. Checkmate.
But Kaiser,
Checkmate, no power.
Disgusting.
I have not
Are
forgotten meme
theories-
about that joke. Oh god.
are theory spoilers though?
Yeah.
If you theorize, are you spoiling someone?
I mean, I guess it kind of depends on what like your tolerance for that is. What boundary you set that is actually spoiling. Because
No, I mean,
for a
if
lot
you
of
make
people,
a
isn't
theory-
just saying. Oh, go ahead.
If you just make a theory and no one has any concrete information, and you theorize, are you spoiling them? Based off information that only the author can potentially access.
It gets in the way, yeah.
No, what he said. He
No.
said if you theorize something and that theory is correct, you're spoiling.
Yeah,
someone.
if it's correct, yeah. If it ends up being like crazy fucking accurate, then sure.
That's nonsense.
But like well, I mean like even then I like there are some stories that are just kind of pretty predictable in a lot of ways. You can reasonably at least have a broad outline of how they would theoretically end.
Rom-coms.
So yeah, but
And just rom-com stories is what I thought too immediately when I predictable stories.
No, I think Coleman's gonna give some insane ending. You know.
No, I just mean like the part where
aliens, all that
Oh,
stuff.
no.
Okay, I got this really crazy theory.
Now you're gonna spoil me, huh?
You don't know how to pull that card.
yeah,
Well,
don't
call
use
me
the S
theories.
word on us.
No need
God
to be
damn.
toxic. He's just making a theory.
Look, the
I'm gonna
only
see if
one
someone-
who I'm actually feeling that is really getting toxic here is Kaiser. Okay.
All right, hold the fuck up. All right.
What? I'm sorry
Listen,
if I
why
have to spit you some truth.
There is a call me
you
song
have
theory.
you have to spit nothing. You know, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. That's how it is in 2021. I mean 2022, right?
Really.
Pretty much.
Name the. Really, I got too much in crime in my. Well, goddamn it, what do you call it?
Recommendation?
Nah, you're fucking. You know,
My
you got
permanent
too much
record.
blood in
My
your
permanent,
ledger.
my permanent record.
Oh,
I have
shit.
I got time. I got kicked so many times. I'm gonna go to real jail if I get so much kicks and goddamn times. I don't care anymore.
Oh god. Damn.
I don't care anymore. I'm fed up with this
I'm
world.
fed up about it.
This
I'm
world.
done.
You're tearing me apart.
You're tearing
hi,
me
Mark.
apart, Nox.
Alright, let's try to get back to the video, please.
Yeah. I want to hear. We're at the conclusion now. All right.
Even if you conclude that something has inspired One Piece, and you can reach that semi-confidently, it is total guesswork to extrapolate the inspiration further into unknown territory. Just like my Zoro Eye theory, right? It might happen, but it may not. It is totally up to Oda's whims. Yet these theories create a very strong sense of faux confirmation. I know I use that technique. I'm gonna be honest with you, the thing that I actually like most about using sources of inspiration and characters and or actual history itself is what can be learned in the process of talking about One Piece. It's an educational experience that I value. But if you assume that these things actually justify your theory more, in more cases than not, it's a fallacy. Here's a fun fact for you. There have been more what you would call baseless theories that have been confirmed right than lore-based theories. Because what people try to do with these lore-based theories is try to reach for even more surprising conclusions. Unless something in the story actually indicates the conclusion that you were speculating, it might as well have come from your imagination. It's baseless. Or at least it's baseless.
All theories are based on something. Just because they're wrong doesn't mean it makes them baseless. This guy is a walking contradiction.
Yeah, okay. I was having a hard time just fucking. Listen, I'm just saying it right now. I did not have a single drop of alcohol when I just heard that fucking sentence. I had no idea what the fuck he just said.
It really
Exactly. Through this
was.
video is impossible to follow.
No, because
This
like,
is hot.
okay, let me try to fucking steel man this shit right now. I don't know how I can do it. It's gonna be a bunch of fucking steel plates slapped together. I'm gonna try to just. Okay. So what he said was that fucking in the process of trying to come up with theories, he's saying, or at least somewhat implying, that that can potentially result in further understanding and enjoying the series that you're talking about. Which, okay, that's something. And then fuck, you're gonna need to rewind that shit, man. Oh my god.
All right.
Solid try.
I was wondering if you got that.
Oh, give me second shot.
And characters with strong. It is total summation because Oda does not use every element of an inspiration. Even if you conclude that something has inspired One Piece, and you can reach that semi-confidently, it is total guesswork to extrapolate the inspiration further into unknown territory. Just like my Zoro Eye theory, right? It might happen, but it may not. It is totally up to Oda's whims. Yet these theories create a very strong sense of faux confirmation. I know I use that technique. I'm gonna be honest with you, the thing that I actually like most about using sources of inspiration and characters and or actual history itself is what can be learned in the process of talking about One Piece. It's an educational experience that I value. But if you assume that these things actually justify your theory more, in more cases than not, it's a fallacy. Here's a fun fact for you. There have been more what you would call baseless theories that have been confirmed right than lore-based theories. Because what people try to do with these lore-based theories is try to reach for even more surprising conclusions. Unless something in the story actually indicates the conclusion that you were speculating, it might as well have come from your
grin that he
imagination.
makes just
It's
peeves
baseless.
me off.
Or at least it's baseless to the same level. Just as something may make sense because...
So pause right there. Okay. So first half of what he just said there, seemingly somewhat all right. He's basically saying that, yeah, you know, at the end of the day, even with the theories, you know, always gonna do whatever fuck he wants with the story, and yeah, that's true. And in trying to come up with theories based on information and shit that is within the text, it can lead to a further understanding and enjoyment of that thing, right? Yeah, that's okay, perfectly reasonable. All right. Then he goes on to say that, oh, there's there is more theories that are based that end up being right than lore based theories.
I don't get that.
I don't.
Nux said that you know, Marshall D. Teach is based off the Rio Blackbeard, right? And so is
Okay.
Trafalgar Law. He's based off of Spanish pirates. These two characters and the real life counterparts have similar themes that interact with the story.
Wait, real life people have themes? Holy shit.
Yes.
Bro, what's my theme?
Apparently the real Blackbeard has thematic relevance in One Piece.
Damn.
What? But like, okay. So I'm guessing that's what this is particularly responding to, because I think he
Yes.
referenced history a little bit there, which okay, fine. So he's saying that like lore-based theories are the purpose of lore-based theories is to try to extrapolate whatever possibilities there are in order to I guess further anticipate a much more surprising conclusion to whatever you're trying to theorize when the story gets to that point. Which, may I just say, what how fucking useless is that? Because that's the purpose of all theories at the end of the day anyways.
I mean, wouldn't lore theories be more grounded too? Because you're using actual facts, so you have to have like, I don't know, it just seems more reasonable.
Lore theories are inherently more grounded since it's based off of the lore.
Something. Yeah,
Yeah,
something, right?
granted, I think that's what he just said. So I'll give him that benefit of the doubt there. But yeah, what I'm saying is that he's giving special attention to lore-based theories in regards to achieving that goal, even though it's a goal with most theories anyways, at least as far as I can tell. So he didn't specify enough there, but other than that, yeah, I don't. Okay, the sentence structure was a bit weird at first, but I think I got it.
Probably not.
It's baseless.
Probably not.
Or at least it's baseless to the same level. Just as something may make sense because it may be
and then
an
the last
inspiration.
thing he said. Never mind. Go ahead. So, I'm sorry to interrupt. I don't want to keep interrupting. Sorry.
Things may make sense intuitively just as an idea because it's cool. They're on the same level. A lot of people don't know that.
Also, I think this might be the 5th time he's using this part of the opening of the anime.
They're just not inherently on the same level.
Animation seems a lot. How's he not been flagged yet?
He used that
for,
same
like,
one.
all this footage used.
Good question.
Have come from your imagination. It's baseless. Or at least it's baseless to the same level. Just as something may make sense because it may be an inspiration, things may make sense intuitively just as an idea because it's cool. They're on the same level. A lot of people don't know that. The thing is that when your story actually indicates some kind of conclusion, it tends to not be very mind-blowing and people don't usually make theories on it. So then conclusions are taken from inspirations for the purpose of being surprising or novel. It's fool's gold. So what I'm telling you is that regardless of whether you are right or wrong, this kind of theory making can be considered to be dumb, if you want to look at it that way. If all you care about is being right. And I do not want to hear you say, Nux, that I don't care if a theory is right. Then why do you care so much about baseless theories? Riddle me that one. When we have proven that baseless theories do not lead to outrage, except in power scaling. Are we only allowed to make...
You didn't bring up any points. You just said some things, and that's...
Yeah, specifically, he's anticipating a response from Nux, specifically in response to what he just argued here, which, I mean, if he had demonstrated that Nux himself would make that counter argument, that would be something, but he didn't. I don't know, it'd be better if he just said that, hey, Nux's audience, if you want to say this, this is my response. But, like, yeah, that's really weird.
I'm just saying he just used a lot of words without actually using any meaning. Says words without...
Damn.
I mean,
him saying baseless things and, like, not actually getting any points across is basically the whole video.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I feel okay because I feel like he's trying to get at something, but like I'm not sure. God damn! Fucking 4 more minutes.
What the hell is wrong with this?
Make theories if they're right? Does all wrong theories undermine Oda's good foreshadowing? Are your dumb theories undermining Oda's good foreshadowing? Or are they adding to the experience of being a fan? Are theories bad or are theories that you don't like bad? I guess that you are confident enough to be the judge.
And while it does have many merits that I respect
Pause right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm guessing what he's trying to say is that Nux is trying to make what Nux is allegedly doing is that by, putting attention to like bad theories within the One Piece community or whatever, he's basically saying he's basically discredited. He's because this guy is saying that all theories, or at least most theories, seem to be on like a similar level, baseless on the same level as he puts it. And like his problem with Nux is that he is ignoring this intuitive fact about theories. So that's I guess that's what he's saying. But I guess the response to that would be that Nux or anyone with a fucking brain would reasonably say is that some theories are just better than others. Like they have more evidence and reasoning towards their conclusions than others.
I wish it was that simple, but Nux just said bad theories are bad.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh well. I guess we're right back to square one, aren't we?
This video feels like square one.
No, this is square -1. What the fuck are you talking about?
We've already stepped back on. Damn.
He pulled up another point and immediately got that one wrong.
I guess that you are confident enough to be the judge.
And while it does have many merits that I respect it for, it has many downsides that I don't respect it for. Which is why, when you see that, I urge you to use the hashtag you've lost the war. I think it's a very nice and appropriate way to let people know that this is dumb. That's right, declaring war on morons. It's my favorite thing to
What the fuck are you talking about, Nuts? You fucking Uncle Tom? That's your own people you're talking about.
He doesn't realize it. He does
Friendly
not realize
fire.
it. Idiots don't know that they're idiots, which is something that Nux also said.
Okay.
Didn't he also say like? He said something in the lines of just like, "Oh my god!" It was like in that fairy tale one. It's like people who haven't gone through turmoil hasn't like or doesn't like fairy tale or something. He said something to the lines.
I'm sorry, nigga. What?
And I was just like, I put a timestamp on that video, and I'm just like, dude, you should probably take that back.
What the fuck?
I remember, like, they were like, what?
I know what
me
scene you're
check.
talking about.
Wasn't that the Clyde video though?
At times, maybe if you find my comment, you'll instantly find it.
It's definitely a fairy tale video.
Yeah.
If you haven't struggled like was it the main protagonist? If you haven't struggled like the main protagonist, then you do not.
Yeah, you should probably take
Clyde
that
video.
back. On
that's
hour
fucking
one, hour 1, minute 1, second 7.
Could you link that in the B-list chat?
Yeah, go ahead. But like
The majority of the people who don't like fairy tale.
right.
Fairy tales are people who don't belong in society.
Is he talking about the guild or the show?
The show.
No, the guild, because the guild is the main protagonist.
I mean, sorry. Oh, right, yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember that video. Fuck. It's been eons since I fucking watched that thing. Or any of Nux's content overall. But, like, yeah. Anyways, though. There was the last thing the dude said. Fuck. I forgot what it was. I had it and I lost it. It'll come back to me, maybe. Oh, right. What he said about freaking, theories don't cause that much backlash unless it's power scaling, which I'm not sure how true that is. Like, I know power scaling has a significant, amount of backlash depending on who's doing it or whatever. Although most of it is going towards, like, death battles direction when it comes to that sort of thing, so it doesn't really matter all that much. I don't know. I remember like at some point, like a year or two ago, that there was some bullshit happening in the One Piece community in regards to theories and shit. That was really weird, but I don't know.
It's a baseless remark, you could say.
Funny.
do.
But let's get this back to the point, alright? And I think that you did conclude this in a roundabout way.
Having faith in Oda is this hilarious back and forth in the community as well. You got people not willing to get off his dick for anything. Everything Oda does is literal godsend stuff. And then you got other people that they praise Oda for his greatness. But all of a sudden, one chapter comes out. Something seems fishy. Community goes wild. Oda sucks. Has been. Washout. Piece of trash. This was really stupid. And then 2 chapters later, it turns out that everything was totally fine all along. And that was very much of an overreaction.
Ignoring all the things that you've determined are bad simply
that
because
freaking
you
Mo
dislike.
dude, like Twitter, he's like hating on it, and then in the videos that he makes, it's like it was not that bad. I remember D talking about that.
Yeah, but that's just kind of like where a lot of the works like this in general. Like people just something happens and people takes a lot of the most like least charitable shit from it. It's not really new, but it's whatever.
Ignoring all the things that you've determined are bad simply because you dislike them. This is the one point. This is the start.
What?
You didn't say that.
Yeah, no, wait, what the fuck? Hold the fuck. Wait just a cocksucking second. Where all Nux literally said was that fucking, oh, there are a bunch of people who keep on reacting to certain chapters stupidly and take things way out of fucking proportion. What part of that is literally ignoring the things he doesn't like? That's the opposite.
I'm pretty sure.
What the hell?
I wish. Please tell me he's just trying to emulate what Nex does, because Nex. Wait, I meant Nux. Nux also does stuff like this. So I don't know which to say.
I'm gonna say from everything we've seen from Joy Boy, I don't think he's good at what he does. I think he might just be completely wrong here. Also, I would like to point out while it's on screen. Look at Nux's weird front teeth thingy.
Oh yeah.
It's not actually a bunch of teeth. It's just one block of white that represents the teeth.
Oh yeah, he's going for that. He's going that for My Hero manga style teeth, right?
I would also like to point out that the parts on his hood are actually just looks like he scalped off the top of Bakugo's hair.
Oh my god. But yeah, let's.
The more you look at the image, the worse it gets.
Yeah, let's. All right, let's re-watch that just to get the clearest idea possible.
Way.
Having faith in Oda is this hilarious back and forth in the community as well. You got people not willing to get off his dick for anything. Everything Oda does is literal godsend stuff. And then you got other people that they praise Oda for his greatness. But all of a sudden, one chapter comes out. Something seems fishy. Community goes wild. Oda sucks. Has been. Washout. Piece of trash. This was really stupid. And then 2 chapters later, it turns out that everything was totally fine all along. And that was very much of an overreaction.
Ignoring all the things that you've determined are bad simply because you dislike them. This is the one point. This is the start and the end of the conversation. People just need to relax. A lot of people will love the series catching up, and they'll enjoy all the twists and turns and all the stories, and then they'll catch up, and then they become One Piece enemies. Because they start thinking too much about every chapter. To the point that they hold Oda to unrealistic expectations. I know I see people beating off Berserk and beating off Hunter x Hunter, but it's like, you understand that both of these authors have failed in the competition of being a mangaka, simply because they cannot meet their deadlines. Like for real, people do not appreciate what Oda is actually able to accomplish.
Sick, and one of them's dead. Well, okay, to be fair, well, all right, this is made in 2020, so he didn't know that, but Miura was still, like, sick during that time, heavily. So, like, yeah.
Miura was basically...
Yeah, like, saying that they...
Go ahead, Leo.
Oh, sorry.
They failed as a mangaka because they died. That's kind of what he just said.
Yeah, no, they failed because, like, he's using the wrong words. like fail as a mangaka. What the fuck does that mean? Like even up to Miura's death, he was still making chapters every now and then when he can, and Togashi is still making them, right? Even now, so like they didn't fail at anything. I guess he's mean in the same way as like the competition, but like they're not consistent mangaka like that, like in shonen manga anyways, right? Even though Hunter x Hunter is a shonen, it's not in like the same exact part of the magazine anymore, which is why it's all monthly, right? Um or bi-monthly, depending. But like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. But I at the very least, I see what he is saying. That it's yeah, it's wrong for to put Oda and his skill as a writer to unrealistic or unreasonable standards. Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, I agree with that just generally for any writer, really.
It's generally quite unfair to also be. We rag on Togashi a lot because quite a few of us rag on Hunter x Hunter, but the man is going through a lot of pain to create that series. The guy is suffering through severe back pain through all the overwork he's done creating
Mm-hmm.
that, and I feel Miura probably overworked himself to get to the point that what happened with him, given
Oh,
how much work
probably,
went into creating
most
Berserk.
definitely. Yeah,
Yeah, I
like
hope that
I
doesn't
mean,
happen with
you'd have
Oda.
to.
God.
I mean, you'd have to feel at some stage that the amount of work he's putting in, you would feel we didn't really get much news updates. I'm surprised we never actually got an update that Kentaro Miura went to the hospital from overwork because if the man died of like his heart like being overused, I feel it would have been noted beforehand. Like he would definitely know something was up, which makes it really dire when we consider that Oda's been hospitalized several times for overwork.
Oh yeah, totally. In Oda is the mangaka who literally, at least in the Weekly Shonen Jump, who has the most amount of freedom, and even he gets just fucking just dogged on by the demands of his station, and that's basically the same way for all the other people in his field. It's basically a death sentence, a near death sentence, anyways. So it's like, yeah, again, failure is the wrong word here. Like, hell, I don't even know what his metric is there. That doesn't even make sense.
In a week. It's absurd. The man kills himself. Is One Piece perfect? No. And it never will be. But Oda definitely deserves at least a little bit of faith. The body of work speaks for itself. What we've got to do is simply instill this faith in other people who don't have it or have lost it. This is best accomplished by making videos explaining its greatness. Just in case you are not aware, Oda is very nearly, if not actually,
Actually, the people that he says that detract on Oda's work are inferring too much on Oda's work rather than them Oda's work being bad. Well, then being bad is also kind of subject. Yeah, I shouldn't have made this point.
Well, specifically, what he's saying is that it goes back to unrealistic standards thing, because I don't think, reasonably speaking, they would have like an issue if they like, with just reasonable criticisms of Oda's work and stuff like that, right? I don't think they have too much of an issue with it. Where that he and Nux seem to agree here is that there is an extent, at least within the community, especially apparently with like people just coming up to the series, basically, that as they keep going further and further along, there are certain people that just kind of have, again, unrealistic standards for what Oda is capable of in the story, to the point where I guess they just project their theories and the conclusions in their heads that they think are correct onto him, instead of just, taking, uh, analyzing the work itself and seeing the determining the quality from that.
Yeah. Yeah, that pretty much is what I was trying to say.
Yeah, sorry. I hope I wasn't too boring or anything like that.
It's cool.
The very best at his craft in the world right now. So that might be worthy of note. But yeah, it may not seem that way.
As a story, maybe.
I mean, yeah, like in the world, like the best mangaka in the world. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
It depends on what we're qualifying as best, because I don't I don't feel I can find another story that's this well detailed in its plotting, how
Guys, it's
consistent
his
it is.
opinions. It's his opinion, guys.
Oh
Settle,
yeah,
settle
it's totally.
down.
Yeah, it's not
Settle
like a.
down, guys. Okay, it's his opinion. Okay.
It's just it's
I mean,
just his opinion, okay? Just opinion, okay?
you're gonna
Just an
bring up that
opinion,
shield, but when
okay?
you say words like best, you can't really. When you bring up
Yeah.
words like best, you can't really say it's your opinion because you're actually trying to qualify it in the under like an idea. Because best is
Uh,
Yep,
you're
and
stupid.
yeah.
Uh,
Bias.
how shall I ever recover?
Oh my god.
But yeah, this is a bad point. We should continue. We're almost done with the video.
Yes, yes, yes.
If you watch this video, but overall, I guess I do agree with Knox and the various opinions that
Oh, do you? That's about it.
Okay, I don't know what the rest of the video was like, but how
No,
true is that statement?
we're gonna make an entire video saying Nox is wrong. Yeah, I agree with Nox. Why not? What was this whole thing for then?
It's not like it's titled "No One Understands One Piece Theories Except Me."
Well, you know, like when you're just coming up on YouTube. I mean, look at the views, man. Look how much views he's got. Fucking nearly 90,000. Well, that ain't cheap. That ain't cheap. Too bad we can't see the dislikes though, but you know.
Writer said it's over 1,000.
he expressed. But I thought that it could use some clarification. Maybe it needed a little bit of perspective. But anyway, guys, I kind of assumed that you watched Nux's video, but the link for his video will be in the description, and you can let us know which one you think actually won. Like the video if you liked the video, dislike the video if you disliked the video, subscribe if you want to be notified for my future content, and as always, guys, have a wonderful day.
It's just.
Alrighty.
It's just like 28 seconds of background music, then. Wow.
You know, pretty chill stuff, you know. Just imagine the waves and surfing.
I don't know how someone could say it. Well, at the very least, I can say he did a very good Nux.
Impression. So yeah, you know, what's your score, guys? Like from 1 to 10? How's this video?
It's it's a it both gets a 10 and gets a -10.
So they kind of cancel out.
His emulation of Nux is to a T, but Nux sucks. So
It's a negative 5 out of 5.
So they just cancel out. All right.
practically.
Anyways, yeah, I don't know. That was interesting. But yeah, any more what other video
I didn't really have anything.
Here, Vegeta
So
asked
I'm
me to
just gonna
make him
put
a
up
new
Drip
battle suit a
Goku.
while back. So I got it done, and it turned out so well, I figured I'd just go ahead and make one for
You have an
everybody.
idea. We could.
Do Drip freaking Willem Dafoe. I love that. I've just seen that one where it's just like,
Yeah,
hey
that shit
Peter,
is
what do you
fucking
do? I'm a photographer. And then it cuts to freaking Peter being a photographer and like recording Willem Dafoe doing just a freaking just showing all of his drip. I love that.
Which one?
Hey, the one with Peter. The Toby White, yeah.
Pete, you're probably
Yeah,
looking
right
for
there.
a job now, right? Dad, maybe you can help him out. What other skills do you have, Parker?
I was thinking of something in photography.
I love it. That's so good. Oh, I love it.
This shit's always fucking funny.
That
Oh my
video is
god,
so...
Willem Dafoe.
He
This
just
is
that dude just casually met friggin' Willem Dafoe. And he's just like, I don't know what this is called. He just casually just like, I have no idea what I'm wearing. I just like them.
Yeah, yo. That you see, that's just how I am with that shit, man. I don't give a fuck what all that shit is called. I mean, I'm not a fashion guy in general, but like,
Brian, what do you want your alias to be? What are you talking about? I'm not gonna pick a name for yourself! Willem Dafoe. Ew, not that one. I used to have a Willem Dafoe living under my bed.
Hey, you asleep yet?
No?
Just checking.
What?
good Family Guy. Yeah, you just have miss it.
Well, anyways, does anyone else has a B list we could try?
Let me try to think.
You could try to do what's his name, the moist meter anime guy.
You
Hero.
kiss your dad in the mouth. I love that. Just Pim just telling his life story. You kiss your dad in your mouth.
Oh my god.
You mean moist
Yeah,
critical?
Yeah, but he has
yeah,
like 9 different.
Penguin
Yeah, Penguin Zero.
No, I don't like him.
Yeah,
He
that's
said
the point.
part one. He said part 1 and 2 is better than part 3 and 4. 3 I get. 4
We do
nah
need to do his
nah
animated
trash.
Get his anime
Trash.
opinions.
He
Get his
said part
anime
5 slaps.
opinions.
He said
He did
part
say
5
that.
slaps.
He
No.
did say that.
Boo. Boo. Opinion trash.
We gotta hear him talk
He
about how
likes
One Piece
Demon
is boring.
Slayer. He likes Demon
He
Slayer.
never goes into detail about it. He just says how it's good at putting him to sleep. That's all he does.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay,
It's a
I'm not
series.
like angry.
Move on.
If anything, I'm just like, what is it like that? I think you're just joking. I want to hear like your opinion. And I'm not putting him at gunpoint. I just want to ask, okay?
Sure, we could
I
do
mean,
what's
it is
Critical
for
anime.
somebody.
Anime
Yes,
list video.
Dragon Ball. What a classic, iconic, well-known.
Oh my god!
The thematic resonance of Dragon Ball Z.
What's this now? Guess I'm mildly interested.
Mildly. Make a intuitive fighting One Piece game, please. Please.
One Piece is
A 2v1.
isn't gonna get a fighting game.
I would love to see a tournament, just a One Piece game, not a Dragon Ball game.
But if we do get like a One Piece
It would be
fighting game,
so
we'll have
cool.
like 6 Luffys.
6
No,
different
no,
versions of
no.
Luffy.
No. They're gonna think smart. They're gonna use all the characters, DLC, and all that crap because there's a lot of characters and you can do a lot of because they all have
Zoro
distinct
with one
freaking
How long is
abilities.
this? Oh my god, a minute.
Zoro with 2 swords, Zoro with 3 swords.
Oh,
like
if
that?
they're gonna do
But when
that,
they do that, are
that's
they
just gonna
giving
be
up their life
upsetting.
force? Like, are they giving up years of their life?
No.
So many people died that day.
Not like that. It's just energy the body has.
So like replenishing.
Wait,
Yeah,
is
it's
it the English or
replenishable.
Japanese? Is it Granny Goku?
But if they all have power, they should all be able to do some super feats.
But they don't have enough strength.
Yeah, like Videl, she sucks. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. No, it's...
Okay, that was just Piccolo's speech in Dragon Ball Z with "We Are Angels" playing in the background.
Yo, in this video, we are going to be going through the annals of the internet. We are going to be searching for the most viewed VTuber clips, and honestly, I don't know what to expect, which I think will make this so much more fun. However, I did want to make things more interesting.
Alright, on the B list we could do next, we could try animations.
Like,
yeah, I'm down for that.
No knocks.
When you say anime, hold on. Okay.
It's primarily the one guy who does animations.
Oh, right, yeah. I mean, there's this other guy named Asins who hasn't made a video in, like... God, how long has it been? A year? So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we can
Top 5 anime like the 7 Deadly Sins.
Oh, shit.
Dragon Ball?
Wow, we're looking at that.
Pay bills, deposit checks, anywhere.
All I can immediately think of is Dragon Ball. And it's not a very good comparison.
So recently, I've been accumulating quite a few requests for me to do an anime recommendation video since I haven't in a while, and apparently a lot of you need some stuff to watch. So I'm more than happy to do that. At least I'm happy to do it. Begin of perceived by many as bad guys. Going in power is
why is he explaining them?
No Yona.
All right, here's one.
I've always seen this in AMVs, but I've never watched it.
Yeah, I've been planning on watching that one.
Are we gonna do the part 6 for animations?
Let me try to see what video is interesting.
24 episode series that I personally enjoyed. I don't really want to spoil episode 1 just because I really like the episode 1 of this and of the one I'm about to mention, but the basic gist is there's this girl Yona who for whatever reason has something she doesn't really like about the government. We won't get into spoilers, and she's therefore traveling around amassing the 4 dragons, which are able warriors to help her on her journey to reclaim justice. I guess in a sense you could say Yona takes the place of Elizabeth in this narrative, and the 4 dragons kind of take the place of the 7 deadly sins, but that's not really what I'm getting at all, because the bickering between the dragons and the way they get to learn how to interact with each other is one of my favorite parts of the series, and I find it pretty hilarious like the 7 deadly sins. Yona is also a totally different style protagonist than Elizabeth, thank God. And while the series centers on her as opposed to on the Meliodas character, it's about her growth and development as a character as well, as opposed to Elizabeth, who doesn't really grow as a character all too much, unfortunately, at least as far as the anime is now. And the next anime I'd like to recommend in the narrative perspective component of 7
Sounds
Deadly Sins
like
is
a breeze
a very
to like
similar theme
trip
to
her.
Akatsuki no Yona.
Isabella.
I've also seen AMVs of that. You know, he might recommend Magi.
The second component is the character
I've heard
introduction.
mixed
So,
things.
one thing I love about the 7 Deadly
I've heard
Sins,
mixed
every
things about ours
character
and
is a
Stinky.
score. I love all of them. I love the way they talk to each other, I love the way they
I'm
interact
sorry.
with each other, and they just bring the world to life. So, the first on this list for this component is Soul Eater. Soul Eater is
I
a
think I'm
purely
going to dip out.
character-driven
I
shonen,
got
at least in my
something
mind.
doing
A lot
now.
of
You
people
didn't recommend a video.
Ah, fuck. You know what? Yeah, you're right. Hold on. Let me try to find something. Because I want y'all
like
to
the
see
world, but
a video
you know, it
and you're
wasn't
gonna
really
get
discovered
mad
as
at.
well as it could have been. Quite
I
frankly,
watched too many
characters took
videos
over
that are
that show. The series
stupid.
focuses on this
So, I
school
don't
that's
know.
training people to become soul eaters that have to team up with partners to take down demon souls. Pretty straightforward stuff. you know, I'm not other people. I'm not even close to most other people, as you probably know. Yeah, this is so not my normal video, but that's why it's in this category. Characters were boss. And so were in the next one, Akami got killed. So this series had hype when it aired, but at this point, I think most people dislike the series just because of its poor off the source material ending, which I definitely hear. I mean, unfortunately, I hear it very well. But the character writing that went into this series was really impressive. I personally am a huge fan of strong support casts, and while the protagonist himself was very much not an amazing character, the support cast was of the best I've seen, with one of my favorite tsunderes in anime, where all the girls in the series actually have personalities and accomplishments, and where the guys are just badass after badass, with was of the best series, which I think most boss dislike.
I feel like I've seen.
It's the one where everyone dies at the end. That's literally it. In the anime, at least. She has the cursed sword. She has a sister, scissor girl. I think.
Isn't there like a crazy ice woman or something?
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah, yeah.
I forgot her name. A lot of people like her. She's pretty fun.
Individual male characters in this series
Akami got killed was very disappointing.
Like the ending specifically, or everything else?
Solid character interactions.
Yo, it's Bikin! Bikin with wet hair.
I'm also not fond of just how miserably dreary it is and how often characters just bite the dust. I know it's that sort of series, but it's
no,
like,
guys, it's realistic. It's realistic. It's just like how it's realistic for my parents to just die and say that they hated me. It's so realistic, guys.
The realism of everyone being super comically evil.
I remember the blonde.
I mean,
she just got like stabbed.
You can't tell
bar.
me Kawashita wasn't a fun asshole, or Kizaru.
Well, okay, so if I don't know if you're familiar. Are you familiar with Akami ga Kill?
I mean, at the same time, the reason why they're an asshole because like they're in full themselves.
All of it.
So I guess there is very full.
Oh, we could do a Daniel Green video. I watch his content a lot.
Who?
Daniel Green, the Goblin guy.
Daniel Green.
The guy who can't
sit
still
him.
with his editing.
I watch him for book recommendations, not for his opinions. Let's see. Recent videos by Daniel. Gotta be somewhere.
A group of assassin guys that teamed up to take down a corrupt government. That's because, for me, that's not what mattered. I wouldn't recommend it as a political struggle.
Oh, this dude?
Just because, personally, that is not where it's shown at all.
Didn't that dude talk about like One Piece and
everything?
He did.
Even though you all hate it. I know you all hate it because Fairy Tail's the thing that has
He talks mainly about books.
Yes, it deserves hate. I know. It's
He talked about Parasite.
You're telling me that One Piece isn't a book?
Interactions are amazing. Shut up.
It's a manga.
Fantasy aesthetic. I love a good fantasy.
Okay, Philistine.
Everyone celebrated.
It's a book, okay?
It is, I guess. That build up with the different
Oh,
powers
did they like freaking?
First thing I want to mention right off
did
the
it
bat,
collab with that
Magi,
girl?
One of my all-time favorite
Yeah,
series,
he knows her very well.
They're
They're friends.
Deserve to be liked that much. I'm sorry. I may have a personal.
I want to
taste
see
too.
some
It's kinda
drama.
loud. I know anime YouTubers.
Give me some
these days
drama.
have to, like,
Go to
the only
Twitter.
actual drama he had is with this one guy named. It's an author that's basically a hack. I forget what it is.
Underrated. Magi
What's his
falls
name?
to the top
T something. Terry.
Also, like, how is she doing? What's her feelings with One Piece?
I don't know. I don't watch One Piece videos.
Far surpasses the 7 deadly sins.
You need someone to hate, okay, dude?
He does not like.
But, you know,
He does not like Terry Goodkind. He's a hack of an author. Yeah, I pretty much agree.
Far outclasses almost any
Yeah, Terry Goodkind was a piece of shit.
Agreed. Yeah, let's go. Fuck that guy.
Fascinates me.
He also
Every
hates
time I think about it.
The
It's one
Fifth
of my
Sorceress
favorite
because it's an awful book.
fantasy setting anime. I highly recommend you to check out Magi. Next, we have The Law of Ueki, a rather oldish anime that
I'm having to think about all the shit Terry Goodkind did.
Too much.
And honestly, not really talked about enough. I would
I'm
rather
surprised
not
his books are as
spoil
popular
you
as
with
they are.
details because it is a slight hindrance.
Don't
for
mean
this
to
thing,
be
but
awful,
put it
but
this way, it's all one massive tournament arc.
I
Come
have to
on,
check.
fantasy tournament arc thing coming on.
It's
Come
really
on,
nothing
how
that
can you
tickles
hate
my
this?
fancy to
Literally,
review.
it's
Just
every
by,
shonen dream. Moving on. to how to
Okay,
pick up
now
girls in a
I say
dungeon.
that, but I
The
found
final
something.
entry in my
Top
fantasy
5
aesthetic
characters
yeah,
of
Terry-
version of the
2021
Seven
so
Deadly Sins.
far.
And that's simply because
Yeah,
it's
but he's gonna
not an
mention a lot of people
isekai
from
anime.
books you
Terry
guys
It
aren't
Buchanan
does
gonna know.
have
dead.
MMO-like
Oh,
mechanics,
he is?
and the way they traverse in the dungeons, finding
Yeah.
new areas, and
When did he
killing
die?
monsters and stuff is pretty solid. It also doesn't
In
have a total
2020.
bitch of
Damn.
a protagonist, only a semi-bitch, which
Took
is
a real
The
one.
best thing that happened in
no, but yeah, it
2020.
is an enjoyable
Maybe.
watch, I have to say.
It's
I
up
like
there.
the world they crafted, and unfortunately, it's not long.
This
It's
might
not
sound
amazing,
harsh, but no,
definitely
Terry
better than a
Goodkind
lot of
was
the
a piece
crap
of shit.
thrown at us these days.
I don't think it's
Moving
harsh,
on
I just think
to
it's
a
kinda true.
well-crafted, overpowered main cast. Long title for this component, but it's important.
But it might seem
Many
harsh
people
when
like
someone's
an
like,
overpowered
we're just gonna
protagonist.
call
I'm
him
stating a
out
fact now.
immediately, but
That's
no,
why so many
literal
anime get
piece of
attention.
shit.
It's an escapist fantasy
Yeah, they'll
show.
just have to
You
look
an
them up
overpowered
themselves.
protagonist, and damn, it's good until you realize, damn, it failed. So, Seven
That's
Deadly
a joke
Sins
video.
is one anime I would definitely say
His shorter videos are all kind of
the
joke
overpowered
format.
protagonist first.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
parody, all
For others,
satire.
I think
So you
Not
can't
like-
make fun of
Personally, One
them.
Punch Man. I
No,
couldn't
no, no. I mean, he
move on
doesn't
from
talk about
I'm
anything.
sorry.
Literally, this is just
Hands
about
on
George
pretty
R. Martin
immediately.
like writing
So we're
characters
gonna
based on their
move to
dicks.
the
That's all that is.
adventuring aspects go. Trapped in an alternate world where everything is decided by games of sorts.
Oh, yeah,
It is
no
one of the
game, no
most
life.
fun
How is that
watches
like
I have ever
Seven Deadly
experienced
Sins?
with an anime. I ran through those 12 episodes as
I don't
quickly as I
know,
could,
it's-
and Madhouse
it's-
hasn't delivered a second thing, but definitely better than a main
It's
cast.
Lolly and
Well-crafted OP
Lolly and
main-
Boy go to world.
Well-crafted OP main cast. That's why it's like,
like-
7 Deadly Sins.
It's like 50% of
Well-
anime. Well, crafted.
Title
Never mind.
for
Hold
this
on. Let's shade that down a
component,
little.
It's important.
I mean,
Many
the-
people like an overpowered protagonist. I'm stating a fact now.
So he's
That's
like
why
taking
so
just
many
like
anime
one
get
aspect
attention.
from.
It's an
Okay,
escapist
well, I guess
fantasy
that.
show.
Well, that's
You have
like,
an
what if I don't
overpowered
like? I don't
protagonist, and it damn
like
it's good
freaking
until you
Gojo
realize,
being
damn,
super
it
overpowered.
failed. So, Seven
I don't
Deadly
mind
Sins
it,
is
but
one
if you're
anime
gonna
I would
do
No,
it,
no,
you
that's
have
the
to
thing.
do it realistically.
aced the
I
overpowered
thought-
protagonist first.
Yes, let's
Here
do that
are four
realistically.
others that I think aced
An
it
OP
as
character
well. Firstly,
realistically.
One Punch
No,
Man.
no,
Like,
because like
Couldn't move on
I'm fine
without
with them being
mentioning
very
One
really
Punch Man. But since you all
strong.
probably watched
But like
it,
that
we'll
means
move
he
on to
can't
name
be in a
nobody.
fight
It's a
because
slightly
it's
different
like,
take
oh,
on
he's gonna
overpowered
win
protagonist.
immediately.
It's on might, it is not
Yeah.
magic, it's
What was I
on
thinking?
brain
I was thinking
power.
about something. When I mean realistically, I mean like they can't just nerf him because they need to, like with the Flash.
Overlord. Season 2 of Overlord
Didn't
is
it?
right
Didn't
now as well,
didn't
and
people
it's
always
different
talk about how
overpowered
Naruto was
protagonist,
nerfed in
because
Overlord?
as far as
He
protagonists
absolutely
go,
was,
this
though.
guy doesn't seem
Yeah,
all
because
that
it's-
good and warm
He
and
needed a
fuzzy,
whole new
but
form
also
to catapult
gives the
himself into
epicness
relevance.
vibe of the OP protagonist without going
Oh,
down
weird.
the normal
It's-
warm and
Well,
fuzzy
Overlord is
route
kind
that
of like
most of them
the
tend
dark
to
Seven
do.
Deadly Sins,
Last
I
one on
guess.
this list of OP main
I've heard
casts that are done fine is
m-
Rank 10, which I
mixed
think was
things
done
about it.
amazingly, but I did
About
think it was
Overlord or
done
about
well
what?
enough that you can enjoy this
Or
10
he said
episode
About,
top 5
Overlord.
anime
everything
like
else on this
Deadly
list. The
Sins,
next
but he brought
component
up more
is
than
the
5.
journey.
So
I
this is-
loved the
Oh,
adventuring aspect of Seven Deadly
wow.
Sins. I
Journey.
thought it was amazing, and it
I
was
mean,
Overlord's
Overlord's
enjoyable
just kind of
watching them
fun.
pass
It's
their
like evil
obstacles
people.
as
You don't
well as
often see
progress
like
in the
just
plot and
true
narrative.
villains,
So,
I guess. in
One
anime.
Piece
I'm
and
not
Hunter
sure,
x
but
Hunter are good
I
places
can think of
to
like
head
Monster,
on
I
if you haven't
guess,
seen
like
them
as main
already. Quite
characters.
frankly, if you haven't seen them already, I don't know why you've watched Seven Deadly Sins. These two are like pretty
Well, if
important
you-
to get your
from the
hands.
novels.
Well,
Okay,
well,
he
like
just said if you haven't seen One Piece or Hunter x Hunter, then he doesn't know why you watch 7 Deadly Sins.
What? Because I found it first. How about that?
That's a joke. That's a joke. It gotta be a joke.
Yeah.
It's a
Not
Because
just
I watched,
sarcasm, irony.
because I watched 7 Deadly Sins
So,
before
One Piece
One
and Hunter x
Piece.
Hunter are
Same,
good
I just saw it on
places to head
Netflix and I
if you
watched
haven't
it.
seen them already. Quite frankly, if you haven't seen them already, I don't know why you've watched Seven Deadly Sins. These two are like pretty
Okay, you sound
important to
serious.
get your hands on pretty immediately. So we're gonna move
Nah,
on
it
to
could be
Rage
a
of Bahamut.
joke.
Totally
It could
different
be
vibe
totally
from the
done
Seven Deadly
jokes.
Sins as far
I make
don't know.
tons of jokes about gaslighting.
Normally when Nux does jokes though, it's really telegraphed. He'll like raise his voice and he'll say, obviously.
Well, that's the thing. You can't
Yeah.
tell if I'm joking or I'm serious. That's the real difference.
Oh, this
That
is
is
2018 now, so I don't know how he's like.
There is a degree of he'll foretell the joke, but then there's also times where they'll be serious, but they also sound jokey and hyperbolic. So it's
He's
Off
made
and
himself
off,
criticism
never know.
proof.
as OP protagonists, as far as their goals, as far
He's
as
a
all that.
mastermind.
But the adventure was
Oh, Black
definitely
Clover.
a fun experience.
Looks,
and
yeah,
the
it's
next
just because
up,
it kind of
needless,
really like the
kind of a
pages and everything. I and everything. I don't know why.
On the adventure setting, don't want
Oh, that was not Black Cloud. Damn.
An anime that most people
That
have not seen.
that looked like an anime by the same people who did Assassination Classroom.
Cliche, but the adventure was
And
fun to watch and experience as
Talentless
well.
Nana.
Finally, we have our
Talentless
fifth
Nana.
component, which is a standalone anime that I would like to
Dude, I
recommend
heard of
because
that.
it
Hold
doesn't
on.
looked at any of the other 4 parts. Aren't I a genius in how I set this up? That was a rhetorical question. Don't comment an army of no's, please. Thank you. The
Oh,
standalone
shit, it's
series
this,
is Roka
okay.
no Yusha. Does not fall into any of these categories because, honestly, what I liked about Roka no Yusha doesn't fall into any category. It is one of the most underrated anime I have ever watched in my life. No one talks about it, and it is one of my favorite series. It starts off cliche and boring with 4 episodes of let's go kill the Demon King. So they gather their troops, they're about to move on, and it's like, oh, this is gonna be one of those cliche, boring adventure anime that we've seen 14
Well, let me
zillion
guess
of
someone
already.
dies,
But
I
aside
don't
from
know.
an impeccable cast, the anime turns into a mystery because there are supposed to be 6 Braves that are traveling to kill the Demon King, and there are 7. One is an imposter, and they have to figure out who. The mind games that ensue are
Who just wasn't
amazing. I was
invited?
on the edge of my seat watching this series every single episode. That is from episode 4 and onward.
Yeah,
I
it
highly
does sound
recommend
that simple, but I didn't watch it, so forget about it.
it to everyone. I hope you found something you'll enjoy. Let me know if you want this type of video.
So we're gonna watch Dan Green or an animations.
Well, like what video from him?
Really, the only thing he has done from One Piece.
He has 24 One Piece videos. Okay.
Have you guys seen that cosmonaut video about like video game movies are bad or something?
I've heard about it. I don't think.
Oh, we could do a cosmonaut video.
I
That is
made
an
a
option.
paragraph of why I think it's trash because someone asked me why. So just don't go in that video because you're gonna see a
Today's video is
paragraph, like 12 paragraph. Hold on, no, that's exaggerating.
Shrektober. Why I hate live action anime adaptations.
I mean, that's fair, I guess, but
Well, it's like usually just because it's just done in a poorly way.
yeah.
Yeah. I know my English.
Space Jam 2 is epic.
Every change.
Suicide Squad, the worst superhero movie ever made.
Is it?
Probably.
I don't know. Maybe
Is
Fantastic.
it even entertainingly bad? I mean, the Suicide Squad is so like entertaining in such a good way. I love it, and I've heard such great things about Peacemaker.
Thriller.
You guys figure this out. I'm gonna do my physics homework. See you guys.
All right. Wait. Never mind. Well, whatever. I'll just do writer. We shall do writer man suggestions among female character design thing.
I gotta head off for now, so we could probably do that next time.
Okay.
Alright, it's been good.
Good night.